Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Mehcast Reacts Death Battle Volume 25. We have
25! Woo!
Yes, the big 2-5.
Woo!
Right before I hit the big 2-6.
And we have a doozy of a battle ahead of us.
Actually, hang on.
When did we start this whole thing?
Yeah, so this is coming
battle.
out. This is going to be coming out the day, the week after I turn 26. Actually, hey, so that's
Happy early birthday!
Hey guys,
Happy birthday!
Get yourself a damn cake.
Guys, I know of a written death battle on DeviantArt of these two combatants that is infinitely better than this in every conceivable way.
I want to see a rematch of this fight done right. I don't give a crap if it means Shadow has to come back again.
Yeah.
Just redo it, God dang it.
Do it. It's one of the... I have to say it's where we start this. It is Shadow's and Mewtwo's best matchup, and it is one of the coolest, thematic, most badass matchups ever. And, dear God, Death Battle butchered it.
No, it's not even death battles. It's not all on them. We'll get into that. But I just want to make a bold statement while we're starting this. This is by far, in my opinion, the worst death battle of all time. Any other fight any other fight that is an absolute failure, they're better than this fight.
That girl versus Spider-Gwen.
But yeah,
give me a second while I link the DeviantArt.
We'll put that in the description of the video for those. Yeah, we'll put in the description for anyone who wants to have something far better than this. But we need to start this. We need to get this out of the way. We've been waiting an hour for Alex, so I just want to start this and just cry.
I will say that's not entirely my fault, although it is tangentially
no, that ain't his fault. Why are you blaming it
on him? I was teasing him. I was teasing. I was joking.
I had to go to Lowe's because my light switch broke, and they don't have a light switch that'll work.
God.
So I'm gonna have to go somewhere else.
Not your fault.
Not your fault. All right, let's start this. Here we go.
Oh, and also the voice acting on both ends are very bad. This was the episode where Curtis Arnott was told to act terrible on purpose.
Yeah, I remember that. They want to mimic the Sonic Adventure 2, but God, no.
Melissa is a great voice director, but why she told him to do that, I will never know.
Also, interesting note. This is our last season 3 episode of Death Battle. Woo!
Oh joy, we're ending it on.
Oh, and also Chris Neosi was as Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how hard? Can we talk about how hard the Pokemon First movie intro hits?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What the fuck? Why was he jerking back and forth like that?
Oh wait, Kevin.
Oh, by the way,
Kevin.
Glitching.
Kevin, can I go off?
Remember the prequel short? Remember the prequel short they made that traumatized Mewtwo? What the fuck were they thinking?
Yes. So Kevin brought up a point that the famous point that Curtis was told to act terribly as Shadow on purpose as a reference to how bad it was in, I think, Adventure 2. But there's also another key factor. Curtis was drunk.
Yeah, of course he was.
Did they? He was. What the fuck? Could they not have like waited?
What are you talking about?
He was drunk when he made the. I think he was drunk when he was recording. And
growing up in a
I don't know if he was drinking because the script was so bad, or he was just trying to make it more believable. I don't know. But he's been sober for years now.
I was gonna say. I mean, he did talk about like his struggles with addiction on Twitter. But the thing is, like I've seen, like, okay, for reference, Freddie Mercury could get drunk and still put on an amazing live show with Queen.
Then he turned some stupid.
Yeah.
Dude, he gave it
Elton John could be on every drug or alcohol, and he could still sing amazingly.
Well, yeah, like
I don't like how I don't like how Deathbout just skipped right to the end of this story. I don't.
Oh God! No!
God.
No!
Gosh! No!
0 out of 10. Get it out of here.
Yeah. Worse.
This is
I've
worse
seen
than the
worse.
time.
This
This is worse than the this is worse than the time Wiz had boobs.
Oh God.
Oh,
Anyway,
Spider-Man
as I was trying to say, so this is something I pointed out when Alex and I were commentating over the first Pokemon movie a while back. So Jay Goad, who is the English voice of Mewtwo in the first Pokemon movie. Oh my God. Why the fuck do they need to bring this up?
I don't know. How is it relevant? Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, as I was saying, so Jay Goad went by a alias known as Philip Bartlett. That a while back before the Mewtwo Returns movie, a stage actor by the name of Philip Bartlett ended up passing away due to heart failure and whatnot. Then, and for a while, people genuinely believed that Mewtwo's voice actor was dead.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So then Jay Goad was like coming back. He's like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And he's like, "Oh." He had to.
Is the manga how I act? Can we imply the manga for Mewtwo or
no?
No. This is stupid.
No.
Like it.
Yeah,
it,
bro. I understand
bringing
the I understand bringing the anime, but the manga, I feel like that's going too far.
No, it is, and I can prove that he's not dead. He actually did a signing at my local Funko Pop shop last year with Veronica Taylor, the original voice of Ash Ketchum.
And Jay had to pretty much say, well, news of my death were greatly exaggerated.
Yeah.
Except he did not. Except he didn't turn into Metro Man.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say he came in.
Oh yeah, but
my death was greatly exaggerated. So you're the punk I've heard about. Which we're watching. Oh, I love this. I stand alone.
That was badass.
For what?
The first movie is such a weird movie, but I love it.
The Mewtwo segments and the Mewtwo segments are the best parts of the first movie. Everything else,
absolutely.
I don't like.
Everything else is either garbage or meh. Mewtwo segments hold it so much above.
Here's the thing: Shadow has taken on a super dimensional being in the form of Solaris, alongside Hedgehog.
Oh wow! Look at that! Look at that Photoshop. Did you see that?
Yes, I saw that.
That text did not fit on that cover.
Well, looks like I'm getting the Japanese Blu-ray if I ever feel like watching this show.
I do want to say, when it comes to scaling, Mewtwo is in like the top 10 strongest Pokemon.
He still doesn't scale up. He still doesn't scale up to the likes of Dialga or Palkia.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, he's around those levels.
No, he's not.
Yes,
I think Shadow's analysis is just fine. It feels like they went harder with Mewtwo's analysis than they did.
I thought Mewtwo's analysis was boring, if I'm being honest.
I mean, this whole episode is fucking boring, but
yeah.
And now Alex is dying.
Why?
I was thankfully, I was looking away when that happened, so you know.
Yeah, I was looking away.
By the way, Japanese Sonic X is available on Blu-ray from Discotech if you're interested.
Yeah,
I have.
Japanese
It's really
version is
fucking
vastly
good.
better.
It's coming out April 25th.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Can
my
you believe
copy already got here.
Wait a minute, hold on. This episode. Let me see. When did this episode come out?
It came out 2015. Also, here's a fun fact. Fun fact, I saw this live at SGC RTX.
Oh, you poor soul. I saw
that was awkward as fuck.
Yeah, it was. So they waited that long to bring back Shadow and do him even dirtier.
Yeah. Then you want to know the funny thing?
Then
They revealed the red. They revealed no. They revealed the red versus blue matchup, which got a bigger reaction than the entire episode did.
Well, no shit, it did.
Yeah.
Because it was something to look forward to.
And anyway,
Also, I don't like using versus battles, but versus battles has Mewtwo on high universal level,
and Shadow is higher than that.
Yeah,
I know he's higher than that, but the issue is the psychic powers. I don't think Mewtwo has any, immunity to that. And Mewtwo's one of the most powerful psychic types in the entire franchise.
Actually, because of his psychic typing, Mewtwo just have a resistance overall.
Yeah.
Yes, Shadow is
Also, I didn't know about this, but Mewtwo created a realm that contained multiple stars. What? That's a thing?
Oh, keep in mind this. Oh, keep in mind this random plot. This random point, because this is gonna come up later in the battle.
I mean, here's the thing. I understand that the psychic thing would be a massive detriment to Shadow, but the way they handled it was... we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
There are so many better ways to handle that, and they just did the worst way possible.
Chaos control. A normal creature like yourself doesn't stand.
Yeah, Griffith, your voice back then was kind of rough with Shadow.
Here it comes.
Here it comes. All right, everyone. A moment of silence.
I know you like Jason Griffith's Shadow, but his early Shadow was not good.
Didn't Shad do a better Shadow than this guy?
You know what? It's still better than early Shadow from the
he's walking.
Studiopolis. Yeah.
Oh my god!
And here's
Oh my god!
And here's the thing: both Jason Griffith and Kirk Thornton actually got better.
What? What the fuck was that?
Oh, by the way, you're about to see. Oh, by the way, during this battle, you're about to see some really bad green screen.
Yes, and it's intentional.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, just attacks a random Zubat.
Green screen.
No. Oh, and by the way, they also didn't finish the background.
Animation.
What's your problem, freak?
I know, but it is black, red, and very annoying. Sums up this whole episode perfectly. Thank you, Mewtwo.
Yeah, thank you.
Ha! No.
That's dumb.
Sure. And yep.
What just happened? What just happened? What?
Why are we
going?
What?
Yep. There's the green screen.
The background isn't finished.
What?
What's he doing?
Chaos.
Taking so long to use chaos control.
Shadow doesn't take that long to use chaos control.
And then
freezes.
Where did the emerald go?
And the one hit.
What? Why does the emerald keep changing colors, guys?
And there's the green screen.
Wait, the green screen. What the fuck?
Why is there green screen here? That's a temp background. That's a background. Why is there chroma blending in the fucking background image?
No way! Can't fucking. I did no way. I never noticed that before. Are you fucking kidding me? No way!
Yep.
That was good. Everyone's quiet. Everyone's
No, I can't feel
And
you.
here comes
Not eating the mic.
Everyone quiet. Everyone quiet. Everyone quiet.
Why is the emerald in a different resolution to Shadow?
Wait.
Wait.
Where am I? Oh my god!
Oh my god, I'm going! Why am I going? Sayonara.
The fuck?
Screw you!
Oh no,
And
Shadow's
the
about to get
most
spooned! He just got spooned!
After one hit. He got one hit.
What the fuck was that?
It was pathetic.
Ben, how long is this episode?
13 minutes.
13 minutes. How long was the fight?
15 minutes of my ass. That was.
Yeah, the fight was
itself, 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Under that.
It was 2 minutes. That was 2 minutes. Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm legitimately angry.
No, there's nothing
actually
I'm just mind erasing Shadow because that's how he became evil in the first place.
Okay, so
No.
between the shitty direction, I don't care about the results. This fight is bullshit. This could be totally justified, but it's goddamn bullshit.
I get the mind wiping could potentially work, but not like this. Not like this.
This came out after Joker versus Sweet Tooth. I'm just gonna remind you.
Okay, Al, I've got to get the timer up. Give me a moment.
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right, Alex, go.
Okay, this is hot fucking garbage. This is bullshit. This is the worst episode of Death Battle I've ever goddamn seen, and it's going at the bottom of absolute failure. There is so much wrong with this. Shadow takes too goddamn long to do his thing. His thing that he's done in every game almost instantaneously. Shadow the Hedgehog is faster than fucking light speed, and... Because, reminder, he scales to Sonic. Sonic is faster than light. So that's an important thing to remember. Sonic can do Chaos Control faster than Shadow did in this. And I know this is a recurring problem for Death Battle, but this was even worse here. The battle was like 2 minutes long. The choreography was bullshit. The fucking background had chroma blending. Why do you have chroma blending in the back? Where was this background even from? Did you record this off of a Sega Genesis using the shittiest fucking composite cables you had? Because if you did, you are a fucking idiot. Especially when this came out. You could have used a goddamn emulator. You could have used a sprite sheet that existed online. You could have drawn one by yourself in MS Paint and not had a goddamn green screen composite show up in the fucking video. What is wrong with you?
I just want to remind everyone that this is RGS's fault since he wanted a bad episode.
Shadow got one fucking hit in, and Mewtwo spooned him to death.
Yep, there it is.
And you got Takahata 101 to voice Shadow the fucking Hedgehog.
Again.
You got him to do it while he was drunk, and you gave him the shittiest direction in the history of voice direction. Actually, I take that back because this isn't Garzy's wing, but still. Seriously, you motherfucker.
No. Okay, this was his second time voicing Shadow. The first time was in Vegeta versus Shadow.
Yeah,
and he did a better job there.
When did this episode come out?
Let me look. I'll look. Give me 2015. Yeah.
2015.
2015. Okay, yeah. So I've been doing.
Specifically, no, wait. This came out July 1st, 2016.
Oh, that's even worse.
That's worse.
So I happen to know that there are a couple of people out there who do really good Shadow the Hedgehog voices. One of which is Takahata.
Your timer went off, by the way, but
being me. There are videos of my Shadow voice out there on YouTube from well before this, and I have a feeling they're probably better than this. And I've
do your Shadow voice right now.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
You sound like solid fucking snake.
Control.
Better.
No, it is. It's better. Ben, can I go after?
It is better.
Is it okay if I go after Kevin? Because I've got some major insights on
this.
Yeah,
I'll let you go after me because I have some shit to say. To be fair, but yeah, Kevin, you're up. I'm gonna start your timer. Go.
What do you want me to really say that I haven't already said?
All right, I'm gonna assume that you want yours at the very bottom.
Of course, this battle was objectively shit from top to bottom.
Anybody who says this is a good episode or puts it in a high ranking in their season 3 ranking or even their overall ranking when they come to talking about their favorite episodes, if this episode is in your top 10 favorite episodes of all time, there is something wrong with you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't take you seriously.
Yeah.
I have to seriously.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start my timer. So
anybody who puts that episode higher than absolute failure is this is just throwing the largest cap I've ever seen.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna start. Okay, start it off. Shadow versus Mewtwo is a fucking awesome matchup. They're both some of the most powerful characters of their verses. They have such a great thematic connection with their stories and origins. It's all so good. It's so raw. Origin the Hero even released some art based off. Like if Death Battle were ever revisited, he released some art, and it looked fucking great. And Death Battle, this episode is a case of Death Battle doing an episode too soon and putting no effort into it. Because here's the thing, like just no effort. The analysis was fucking boring. Only one good joke, and that was the Mewtwo sex joke. That was it. That was all. And I don't even say else. What do I say
that was
about...
the only thing memorable when it came to the analysis.
Yeah, that was the only memorable. But and then, like, what do I say about the animation? The fucking green screen is all I have to say. The fucking green screen was left in the episode. But the main thing I want to address is the result. I don't completely disagree with the result. Mewtwo, I do think could pull in, but it's a maybe. Because he does have some advantages. Like, for example, if you want to take versus battles seriously, he might have infinite speed because he can react to other Pokemon with infinite speed, which is stupid, but it's there. And his psychic power, I like the main thing that would really help him is his really overpowered as fuck psychic powers, which he could very much fuck over Shadow with. Am I saying 100%? No, because Shadow's like multi-universal plus omniversal, whatever the fuck the word is. He is really high up there, and is also infinite speed. So
invincible, though.
Yeah, I know, but still, it is worth noting that both are infinite speed. Shadow is stronger, but Mewtwo might have better hacks. But it's a maybe. It's a big maybe. But yeah, it's not just at the bottom just for how wasted this matchup is. It is genuinely the worst Death Battle. And I didn't even think it would be like that. If you watched the last one, I thought it would be above Aang versus Edward. No. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I am fucking wrong.
Like, I didn't think it could get worse than Batman versus Cap.
I didn't think so either. It can and it did. I was horribly fucking wrong. There goes my timer. I was horribly wrong. I just want to apologize to all of you for making that wrong take. This belongs to the bottom for being wasted potential for an awesome episode and just being a goddamn trash heap I will say this, to end my thing, I hope Death Battle reduces this. They can do so much better with this episode. They can do something incredible. And I hope one day Death Battle goes back to it and says, we're going to try this again. And we're gonna go all in on it. Will it ever happen? I don't know. Jedi, rant your heart out.
Okay. This episode sucks. It sucked back then. It sucks now. It'll suck till Death Battle ends. It's the worst episode they've ever made. It's the worst episode of all time. Any other episode that is above this can consider themselves lucky because there was the bare minimum, if not that. But there's a purpose why this episode is bad. It's not just on the fault of Death Battle. It's on the fault of the animator, and I want to talk about that because the writing, it is terrible. Shadow is out of character. He barely gets anything to do. He's treated like a goddamn joke. I could kill him with a fly swatter. This was the most horrible take on Shadow I've ever seen. And I'm not saying the writers should be ashamed of themselves, but whoever wrote this episode, I may have to look that up. It's
I'll
just
look
bad.
it up for you.
Yeah, let me see, because I'm trying to...
No, you continue ranting. I'll get it up.
Okay. Oh, wait, I found who wrote it. It was Sam... Oh, my God. Sam Mitchell and Jessica Davis. Okay, Sam, my guy. Why? But, okay. The animation. This is my insight, and this is true. This animation was terrible on purpose, because the animator named Dominations, he worked with these guys on just one other episode before this fight, and that was Ganondorf versus Bowser. And he purposely made this animation bad as a big fuck you to Screw Attack and everyone there because he was difficult. He was either difficult to work with or they had a falling out. So they fired him as his last act of rebellion and a big fuck you, he delivered them this animation before the episode was about to premiere. So he did this all bad on purpose. The green screen, the drawing, the sprites. It was all him.
Didn't they just cut it?
They couldn't. They had to premiere this at SGC, like Ben said.
Oh
my god!
That's worse. They have to play this live.
That's so much worse. That explains. Oh my god!
I would have sent it back to get redone after premiering at SGC.
Yeah, no. So that is why it's bad. It was done. It was done. But it was done purposely, and it was done to say, "Hey, fuck you! I don't give a shit that we're working anymore." So here you go. Good luck trying to get around this.
What?
Yeah. So everything in this episode, it sucks. I know my timer's getting close to running out. So yeah, this episode shouldn't just be an absolute failure. This episode deserves its own fucking extra tier list.
Emotional damage.
Hang on. I know what to name it. Give me a moment.
Yeah. Because all the other absolute failures, they actually did. They tried. This episode didn't try. And any other episode that comes out now, it's fucking gold compared to this. Fuck this episode. Fuck it. No disrespect. I'm sorry Curtis had to record his lines drunk. I'm sorry that the writing is this bad, and I'm especially sorry that the animator, after only working on 2 episodes, got fired and was like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck with them for one last time. And
also, I just looked up the other episode he did. He did Bowser versus Ganon.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah, he did. Also, Sam Mitchell. I do want to point this out. He has written some of the best and worst episodes. The best one he worked on was Samurai Jack versus Afro Samurai.
Yes.
But he's also worked on Black Panther versus Batman. He's worked on Cammy versus Sonya. Bowser versus Ganon again. Oh god. And She-Ra versus Wonder Woman, which is not that bad. But
so how did he manage to get like an S tier episode while also putting out like his best other episode is mediocre at best?
Yeah.
Let's see here. She-Ra versus Wonder Woman. Where did we put that?
We put that, I think, in It Was Fine. I think we put it down there. Yeah, right there. It was so right there.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I want to go back. So the person dominations. I misspoke. They did make this episode bad on purpose, but that's because it wasn't just because they got fired. They got tired of working on versus animations. That's why they gave it.
You could have fucking quit.
It's still fucking petty. No,
dude, you can just ask to transfer to something else.
Yeah, it's still incredibly fucking petty. You don't do that shit. Like, come on. Like, that's just wrong. You deserve that tier, man. Okay, we need to go into Gizmo. Gizmo, it's your turn. You ready?
I said it from the very beginning. This was one of the worst episodes in Death Battle, and looking at it again after all these years, since I only saw it fucking once and only once, and that says a lot about the other episodes. I can say it's now considered. I can now consider the worst out of all of them so far. I say so far because they're still making Death Battle up to this point. The main look, we can say what we want about all the other Death Battles, the good and the bad. At least they were sort of fun to watch. At least they were sort of entertaining to watch. Even the bad ones, like Shao Kahn versus Akuma, Batman versus Black Panther. But
Animations, what?
Here's what.
You weren't paying attention to our whole conversation about that?
No.
How it
Here's the
deserves its
biggest
own
sin.
tier.
Here's the biggest sin. It's boring.
Yeah.
This
Nothing
whole
happens.
entire episode is boring. Never mind out of character. Never mind the green screen literally being visible in the background. Never mind the results. Even if this was Mewtwo, even if this was Shadow being the winner, it's not gonna change the fact that it is fucking snooze fest. Snorlax has attempted sleep boring. Like holy shit! Like you want to talk about sleep? You want to talk about sleep apnea? You want to talk about sleep apnea? Right next to the irate gamer talking about fucking cereal. This is right next to it on my playlist of sleeping music. Holy shit, I have never been so angry at something being so fucking boring in my life. There's fucking Dune boring, and then there's Shadow versus Mewtwo boring.
Your timer went off, by the way.
I don't give a shit. I let my ass with the timer. No, I take it back. I take it back. Give that timer a shower, because I let my ass with this episode. Make multiples, because I'm gonna need to go back to this episode every time I need to take a dump. Holy shit, was this, dude? I've been open to my problem of like every time I'm comfortably sat anywhere, couch, chair, fucking floor, I manage to fall asleep sometimes. Even if I had like a full 8 hours. I can be standing up straight on a standing desk with this thing on full blast, surround sound speakers in a fucking movie theater, and that thing will make me fall to the goddamn floor with a concussion, and it would make me fall asleep through the entire thing, including the entire day. Fuck this episode. If you can't even make me go, oh, this looks cool, but... Then you fail.
We need to let RGS go. He's been waiting in the corner.
Take him out of the corner. He's got better shit to say than I do.
Yes. RGS, are you still there?
Yeah. I'm first gonna say this. The death battle kind of got boring. That I decided to go back to my plan of trying to platinum the Stick of Truth. Good game, by the way. Fun game. It's more entertaining than this death battle. You all kind of just said what you kind of had to. It is a very bad episode. It's a lack of effort. I don't want to give the animator shit because it could be that there's backstage stuff that we don't know, grievances. Maybe they just slag them off a little bit. We don't know. Maybe that could be the reason why I didn't want to do versus battles anymore. But that's the thing. We don't know what happened there, so I can't insult the animator because that's just rude as hell. But
that's fair.
The product, though, had no care, no attention. It's the worstest death battle and has created the stigma for me that all death battles are kind of like that, where no effort was put into it and they just picked the guy that's popular and all that shit. It kind of created that stigma for me because it was just, so this is what they're going to do now? I'm a bit fucked off. I ain't watching this. This is lame as hell. It's a waste. Because it feels like it's not a fuck you to Death Battle, if that was what he intended. It feels like a fuck you to us, because they don't care. They still get the money. They still get the sponsor. It's more like a fuck you to us. Remember when I called Madara and Aizen a bit of a disappointment in how it abuses fans of both characters?
Yeah.
This is... I can't use that word. I can't use the word. That's how terrible the word is.
We'll censor you. Don't worry.
You're going to censor me. Okay. It is the pedophile. It is the pedophile of Death Battle's collection. It is.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That was not the word I was expecting.
No, I wouldn't go that far. But
no, he's right. He's right. It absolutely is the pedophile of Death Battle. You better censor me.
Is it because it's irredeemable? Is it because it's irredeemable?
It's irredeemable because of the fact there was no effort put into it. If it was a different guy, a different setup, and just had a generally different build-up, it could be redeemable. The issue is just that nobody gave a fuck when they did this, and the people that did give a fuck, their efforts have been wasted. It's if this comes back, this should be striked. This should never be referenced.
No.
This is
This
I don't
deserves to
think
be
it's
erased from Death Battle's catalog and replaced with a better episode.
That's the thing. If you do the thing where you replace this with the new version and you never talk about the old version, I would be fine with that. You can still like talk about it and be like, yeah, this was terrible. That's why we made this better version. That's fine. You don't need to worry about explaining yourself. If you just show the episode, that is enough. That's how you know. And the meme with the spoon and the kind of iffy build-up Shadows fucking thing was okay. But Mewtwo's was really fucking iffy. And the terrible animation, which Alex mentioned, the fucking chroma keying, the different posing, the inconsistency is what fucked me up. And I love animation. I love both of these characters. I love everything that could go into this death battle, but it just sucks so fucking hard. I thought I had more to say with Ben 10 and Green Lantern, but this is just absolutely shite. I think the only thing good about this overall is the music. Actually, no, the music was kind of but
I don't even remember the music.
Yeah, I don't remember the music either.
Yeah, the music was almost non-existent. It was just the same one. It was just two tracks. Two tracks.
Yeah, that's. I'm struggling to find anything good about it. The whole point was that everything else is so meh that the music.
I just noticed something that pisses me off. Mewtwo's background is white and Shadows is black. There's no effort in the thumbnail.
Yeah,
there was no effort into anything that this.
Wait! The Shadow has highlights, but Mewtwo doesn't.
Shadow has a fucking drop. Shadow has like an outer glow or something being applied to him.
I fucking hate this.
I just
to make
noticed
him
that.
stand out against the fucking background.
We need to end this. We need to move on. I can't.
Let's get to the whale.
Guys, okay.
Case 30655 says, glad I missed this. Yeah. I would have been.
I pray to God we get a good episode. We need something to burn out the taste. Please,
it's gonna be something bad.
Wheel of morality. Turn. Tell us the lesson that this episode should have learned.
No!
Alrighty then.
And by the way, Ben, you will see definitive proof that this episode does not have health bars on either of them.
It does have a health bar. Fuck
no, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it does.
I swear to God, it absolutely does.
All right, Ben. Since you're willing to take that bet, you owe me $55.
All right, I'll do $55. Bring it the fuck on. I'll do 55. You're on camera. I'm on this. I'll pay you next payday. I don't have the money right now.
Oh shit! I'm not saying anything. I just found out.
That's Justice League Task Force.
Yeah, it's Justice League Task Force. That's what this sprite is ripped from. By the way, this is gonna be a short one. This episode's
this is a short. Yeah, this is Death Battle's third episode. And their first Marvel vs. DC one. And it's a weird one, admittedly. I mean, I get why they did it, but it's still a little weird.
Yeah, this is a really weird matchup.
Yeah. I will admit, I did have a crush on that short-haired Rogue. That was one
everyone did.
X-Men Evolution.
All of the above, I'd say.
I haven't watched that show in years. I really need to again.
It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, Miss Marvel stopped being Miss Marvel for a while because of that. I wish they kept that.
I wish they could do that again.
Yeah.
Let's bring in Rogue into the MCU so that we can get rid
I love
the
the sex jokes here.
Butter 7 cents doesn't seem to always work. That or the writers just forgot about it because Rogue gets her ass kicked a lot for plot convenience. And damn, she's got a hot ass.
Yes.
I mean, she does. It's a matter of fact.
That ass with a very specific leg.
She's a glassy Southern belle who I'd like to take out to dinner.
Who can fly, lift buildings, and kill people just by touching them.
Never mind.
Used to.
Oh yeah.
Yep, there's Wonder Woman.
That analysis was very short.
Again, this is a very early episode. You gotta keep that in mind. There wasn't really any research.
They actually bother with keyframe animations, unlike Injustice.
Hey, when are we? Hey, Blizzard, when are we're DC? Can we get a remaster or re-release of that?
Yeah.
Okay, the 2009 movie is actually better than the live-action Wonder Woman movie because the live-action DCEU Wonder Woman movie is essentially the 2009 movie. Except the third act, it's terrible.
You know that bitch
Each their own.
with the wingy shoes?
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it.
If you wish to have a version of the Wonder Woman movie that has a better third act, go read a little story called Captain Rogers and the Wonder Woman.
She's got a pretty bizarre mix of weaponry. Her lasso of truth is a piece of unbreakable.
Oh, by the way, this is the 2001 Justice League theme.
Yeah, it is.
God, your daughter's got a nice rack.
True. Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, the best part is the lasso wasn't even glowing. He was just being honest.
Yeah,
he was.
He was just
Hi,
being
Megan
honest.
Fox.
That's a great detail.
Okay, it says it can discharge. Oh, never mind.
Oh, this fight was so good. It went so hard.
Fucking fight. Oh, wait, everyone, moment of silence. Everyone, moment of silence. Moment of silence for Help Bar. Moment of silence. We're gonna find out who wins.
Yeah.
Fucking arm twist is so
This is not a
goddamn
match.
lame.
Moment of silence. Moment of silence, everyone. Moment of silence. Moment of silence.
I hate this sprite for
Rogue.
Rogue.
No, wait.
And they just strode it.
This is PlayStation Sprite.
No, everyone
bro.
quiet. Everyone quiet.
Force fight.
I was wrong.
Hey,
God
look
damn it.
what's not there.
Yeah.
Well,
I hate the
Ben,
colors.
I'm more poor
you
now.
owe me $55.
I hate the colors
I'll
on
put it
this
in the
sprite.
Mehtly.
Also, PS1 versus Super Nintendo spriting, not good.
I could have sworn.
No, it's not. Okay,
Damn, I was
so
wrong.
Ben Singer animated this
yeah,
episode.
get in
Dude,
there,
that
girl.
sprite on her
Yeah, this
hand
is
is
Ben
so
Singer.
weird.
Oh God.
That does make me wonder though. I don't think Rogue could do that, but she did it with Miss Marvel, so I don't know.
I mean, the question
If only
is,
she had
like,
her
Miss Marvel,
sword. that
Miss
could
Marvel
cut
is like an
atoms.
alien mutate. Diana is literally a Greek goddess, so...
Yeah, so would it even work on her?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd have to see if Rogue's ever been able to do anything to Thor, actually.
Yeah.
Because if she could do something to, like, Thor or
Here we go.
Hercules...
Here we go.
Here it comes.
Yeah, about that,
Makes
Thor
sense.
didn't really have contact with the X-Men all that
She did
much.
the thing! Woo!
Girl, damn.
And the ass shot.
Thor didn't... I know Thor doesn't really have much contact with the X-Men, but Wolverine and Thor are both Avengers, so, you know, they exist in the same universe.
She would strike her
Yeah.
opponent's weakest spots, like the neck, stomach, joints, and, well, the face.
In the end, her failure was the result of her thorough Amazonian training.
And her stripper outfit. Her leg was just begging to be grabbed there.
Dude, that's dumb. That's just dumb.
Yeah, how was her Amazonian training the result of her downfall?
That doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
no, that's not... I mean, okay, I could kind of see that because Diana would go for the face, with the face being an exposed
Okay,
body.
yeah.
Diana's also Diana's also a very savvy warrior, so she's probably likely to, you know, realize, hey, my power is being drained. I should hit her somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then again, Diana would probably start ripping through Rogue's
that is a
clothing by
hot
accident, so...
That is a hot shot of Rogue as the end card right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but where will we place this particular battle? And it's the last Wonder Woman death battle. And now Ben owes me money.
Which is ironic because this was the first Wonder Woman death battle.
Yeah.
Right.
I would say the bottom looked pretty bad because it's not absolute failure, but it did not age particularly well.
You know, I don't think this is.
No.
I'll put it in. It was fine, personally.
Yeah, let's
You
put
know?
it in.
Yeah, it was
I
fine.
feel like that's
Look,
I don't know.
Think about how.
God.
Think about how it was back then when this series actually first aired on the internet.
It was the standard.
Nobody really had anything like this back then.
All right,
and if they did, it was always
worse.
And if they did have something like this back then, it wasn't like, oh, who's going to win without any bias. It would always be, this is the result, and that's it. You can't tell me otherwise, or it's some sort of story thing. And this is the first one of its kind.
And this was episode 3, so it's like
that's fair.
We didn't really have the critic tinted glasses that we do now that we did back then.
Yeah.
We just watched this shit for some quick entertainment. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. To be fair, I get their arguments.
It's better than Shadow versus Mewtwo.
It's
already
in terms of April 21st. I'll put it. Okay. I'll agree with it. It was fine at the bottom.
At the bottom of it was fine. That's the.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine.
Are we all in agreement on that? Wait, RGS, hang on. RGS, are you in agreement?
Yeah, that's a pretty fair basis. I do like the ending, but everything else was just very meh.
Yeah,
also,
I like
too,
the
I want
idea.
to point out
the ending was pretty
let me
good.
go ahead and say something here. I like the idea of Rogue ending the fight with that kiss for a number of reasons.
Yes.
But aside from the fact that it could have been a little bit longer, the biggest issue I have with it is mostly just Diana is mostly doing the same thing throughout. She's not really. It doesn't look like she's adapting because as Diana is a very adaptable fighter. She's a lot like Superman and Batman in that regard. So I feel like she'd be assessing the situation on the fly and adapting. And Spider-Man does that too, by the way. And so, you know.
Absolutely. Also, can I bring up a quote from Boomstick when he was asked in a Q&A, which was his favorite? So Boomstick was asked in a Q&A which was his favorite. I'm sorry, which made his wiener move more? Chun-Li versus Mai or Rogue versus Wonder Woman? Boomstick said Rogue versus Wonder Woman because of all its all lesbian makeout session.
You know what? I have to disagree with that because there wasn't as much fan service in this. There was a lot.
Facts.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's to push it all the way up to it's time for a death battle.
Look, Mai versus Chun-Li will always be it's time for death battle in our
yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up. So, if you're in agreement with the bottom of it was fine, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All right, I'm in agreement. Let's move on to the next episode. Hopefully, it's an actual good episode.
Probably not.
Nah, probably won't be.
With our luck, who knows?
Please let him get some more. I don't want to look at it.
Son of a bitch!
I do not want to look at the boys battle royale. It's so long.
No, not the.
Come on, baby.
No.
Oh my god.
Come on.
At least we're getting
Something good. No whammy. Stop.
No. Come on.
Hey!
Thank God. Oh, God. We almost got a really bad one.
I want to see my boy Jason fight.
2 really bad ones.
Whoa, God, we dodged a fucking bullet.
Did we though?
We dodged the 9mm.
Way better than the boys' Battle Royale.
We dodged the 9mm for a 12mm.
Yeah, what the fuck? Give me the 9mm.
We dodged a 9mm for a machete and a kitchen knife.
I have to talk about this episode for a 3rd time in my career. Yay!
I absolutely love this one.
All right,
let's get this part. Okay,
Bender, or we'll have
before we play this, I think we can all
positive.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Gizmo, what are you saying? Gizmo, what are you saying?
Before we play this episode, a show of hands, or just say aye. How many of you agree? How many of you agree that this episode would have been better if it was live action?
Yeah,
I agree.
They should have seen if they could get Tyler Mane and Kane Hodder for this.
I'm sure they did, but you know.
Because
rumor has it
they
tried.
Mane and Kane Hodder would have been.
Oh, Jedi, what were you saying? Jedi, what were you saying?
I said, rumor has it they tried to get this in live action, but it failed. I don't know if that's true or not.
Oh, shit.
That's just.
I'm willing to bet it is. I'm willing to bet it is.
I could totally see them sticking to their guns if they did try to get this live action. You know, getting Kane Hodder, considering he's still around to play Jason, would have been pretty awesome.
I don't know.
We'll never know, but let's start the episode.
Also,
you know
I
what else
do
is
want
funny?
to say,
This is the episode. This is fun. It's funny. This is the episode that actually convinced me episode was a good idea because I never thought this was a good matchup to begin
this
with.
analysis is the best.
Yes, absolutely. It's my favorite
I love
analysis
how
of the
they're out
franchise.
It literally
Yeah, it's not just the random woods. It's the same woods where the fight is happening.
Yeah, I do want to say it improved upon what Raiden versus Excalibur was trying to do. I don't know how you do that.
In the woods of Crystal Lake lurks a killer, buried but not dead.
This is probably some of the best Boomstick and Wiz voice acting I've heard too.
If you know what I mean. This is the curse of Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, my boy.
Jason!
Bullied and harassed all of his life.
Possible Deadeye. Oh yeah, was a guest on the
Oh, good lord.
Yes.
Hey, Kevin. Do you remember that hizzy beat? This is like the sequel. And sometimes you get so many sequels, you just get so many sequels, you don't know what to do with them. Taking Manhattan is not impressive, Jason.
Was out for vengeance. And yet
Hey, a little fun fact.
That
There's actually an idea of Friday the 13th taking place in a snowy field instead of the usual forest area. But
I don't know which one
the idea got shot down.
I don't know which one I prefer. The first part one with Jason's mom, or
Jason's mom was the better serial killer.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying I don't know which. I don't know which one I prefer. Part one with Jason's mom, or the reboot with Jason himself.
The original.
I don't know. I can't decide. I mean, Sam from Supernatural was the male protagonist, and I do love me some Supernatural.
Even when one of the few survivors of his attacks hacked him to pieces, Jason rose again. Seriously, this happens a lot. Nobody knows the true source of his unkillable nature. Some say it's an indigenous curse. Others say it's the Necronomicon. And some even say it's a hell worm. So
we don't talk about that.
Either way, be careful, or you
we don't talk about that.
We lost Jedi. Oh, there you go. Oh, that kill was good. Oh, the remake had some good Jason stuff.
He can be resourceful and oddly creative with his kills.
Oh, that kill! That kill!
That's an awesome
Sleeping back.
Snap you in half between.
Oh yes, that was good too.
That was great.
That wouldn't happen.
Always get his prey. Oh, you think you can run away? Well, think again, idiot. He can teleport. No, he can't. Oh, yeah.
Teleport.
Oh, I love this argument. I love this argument.
Around this dance floor. See? Teleporting. Wrong. Hallucinations resulting from a mix of cocaine and panic. Okay, smartass.
What about Dr. Roxo, the rock and roll clown?
How'd he get there? Actually, when watching the full scene for complete context, there is plenty
Which
of time
they
for
don't
Jason
seem to
to
like
jump
doing
down
for
the
a
deck
lot of
while
things.
off camera. He is quite athletic after all. What, without making any sound? The guy's built like he's made of 100 brick houses. Are we watching the same movie? Look, fans have argued this for years, and while admittedly those moments are questionable, they're not enough to prove actual teleportation. Okay, how about
Jason X,
in
yeah.
Jason X, where 3 soldiers are shooting him straight on, and he just disappears. Poof, gone. While they're looking right at him, goddammit, it's teleporting. Well, I'm sure there's a logical explanation.
That is the only time he actually teleports.
While processing 900 trillion frames per second, and Boomstick is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My eyes are broken.
Jason can
Oh, that's not good.
Video game, so
He can.
I believe it.
That game should have kept on going.
Explain how, despite his hulking size, Jason can move with ghostly silence and pick off victims one by one. Are you sure about this, dummy?
Dummy!
Oh shit.
Dummy.
Oh,
He's
Dummy's
gone!
dead.
Well, I'm happy. Dummy's gone. Thank you, Jason.
Jason's unstoppable bloodlust
Thanks,
makes
Jason.
him a
Hey,
Why,
the
you weren't a fan of what? You weren't a fan of Dummy?
No, I don't like Dummy.
He'll just crash through it to stab you. And though it's
Okay,
to
duly
believe,
noted.
there may actually be a deadlier Jason out there too. Stronger, faster, and campier. This is
Campier.
from Jason's remains
Yeah.
through a sinister fusion of science and mysticism. And guess what? Normal Jason later fought Uber
I didn't even know about this until the episode aired.
Comics get kind of wacky, just
Yeah, it did.
Only natural for a monster that has fought other supernatural entities.
like Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, and the groovy man himself, Ash Williams.
Hell yeah.
Let's kill them twice.
If you ever
That
see a
comic's
shadow
so
moving
good.
through the darkness
It is.
Let's
and
kill
hear
them
a
twice.
familiar Run.
It's
Jason is out to find you.
Just a reminder that Ash versus Freddy versus Jason was canceled because the owners of Freddy Krueger didn't want to ruin his reputation by having him
Now we're
lose
on
again.
Michael Myers.
As a seemingly normal
Yeah, also fuck
now
you, Warner
this
Brothers,
origin
for
is-
screwing that over.
hid something
His
dark.
origin is fucking
Something
confusing.
How evil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Nobody actually.
Why are you
there have
looking at
been-
your hand while stabbing me?
Here's the thing. There
Michael
are
was
as many
hospitalized at a
origins for
sanitarium
Michael
where he
Myers
simply
as there
sat
are
still,
timelines
almost
in the
like a machine.
Terminator.
His psychiatrist spent 8 years trying to
Audrey?
reach him.
Huh.
Michael
Dr.
never
Loomis.
said a word.
But even when locked up, he still managed to get
AKA
away with
Dr.
several
Blofeld.
murders, including Loomis's fiance. There was
Damn.
no helping or
Oh,
stopping
fuck.
Michael. More than anything, he wanted to kill.
After 15 years, the night before,
Perhaps
Dude's in pretty good
he
shape.
broke out of the
Perhaps he
sanitarium, leaving
was a
behind
shape.
one word.
Ha!
Sister.
The story goes,
Dude's
Michael
in
had
pretty
another
good
sibling,
shape
Lori.
for being
Jamie Lee
6'1".
Curtis.
For no knowable reason, he wanted her to
Jamie
She
Lee
was
Curtis.
hot.
fate is Judy. And
He
everyone
was.
else, really. He's not too picky.
Oh,
And he
this
could do it,
moment.
too.
Oh.
That-
Hands,
The original
anything can be
movie's
a deadly
still
weapon.
really good.
Countless reports
It
of
is,
various
I won't
murders
lie.
have appeared across Haddonfield. He's
Halloween,
exploded heads,
Halloween
boiled
2,
people alive,
Halloween
and used his trademark
H2O,
knife to stab poor
and
souls
the
to walls
and
like
the
some
2018
macabre
Halloween
piece
are
of
pretty
art.
damn
When
good
they
movies.
say to admire
Too
I
bad
also
their
like-
sequels fucked them up.
This is what they meant.
I actually like the
Some
sequels to
special
2018,
combat
but
knife or
that's
dagger.
just
He
me.
did this with
Nah,
an
they're terrible.
ordinary kitchen knife.
Michael is also surprisingly
fair opinion.
clever, despite being
Yeah.
confined for nearly all his life. At some point, he apparently taught himself how to drive.
It's pretty
Yeah.
clear this man
Well, like we said,
I mean-
it could possibly be a shape.
Oh, he must be a lot of
Yeah,
crazy
very
crap.
shapely
To his
shape.
ultimate goal, Lori.
Hey,
On
shapes
an
can
all too
drive.
familiar Halloween night, he finally met his
I
love.
love
those
the
who don't
lighting with the
know,
mask there.
Oh,
The
in the
lighting
original
with the mask
continu-
is
the original
so
timeline
good.
of Halloween, Michael Myers
Guess that's
Earth
the
was
end of him.
confirmed to be a
Yeah, you
thing
know
known
it's
as the
not.
shape.
No one knows how, but the body simply vanished, only to
Ooh.
return later that night as if nothing had happened.
There's
Dude, that's a
reason why they
snub
call
nose
him
she was
the
using.
boogeyman.
Even
Those
after being
things aren't
set
really
on
like pebbles
fire
being
and
thrown at
rendered
him.
comatose,
Yeah.
Michael Myers would not be stopped.
Almost like he's some kind of invincible undead monster.
Many explanations have been given for Michael's strange abilities, but
I love how
some
Jocelyn's a part of
sources
this
suggest
episode.
he's bound
I
to
love
the
me,
ancient
Jocelyn. She's
druidic
one of my
curse
baes.
Thorn, whose
Oh, yeah,
symbol
she
is,
bae.
well, they say it's an ancient icon of Halloween, but
Hey,
it's
is this
actually
the guy
the
from
Norse rune for
Sixth
Thor,
Sense?
sometimes called the Thorn rune.
I don't know.
think they
God.
just
I think
Googled
so.
rune and thorn and called it.
I like how she has a little
Yeah.
mini computer.
Is Michael Myers a Viking? Yes! Awesome!
I love how Ringmaster and Jocelyn are here.
Inexplicably driven to kill without
I
hesitation.
hope someone's dead.
His victims almost
No, not
never see him
Jocelyn!
coming.
Jocelyn!
Right.
Oh, wait!
Oh,
Ah!
thank God.
No, Ringmaster.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
While explaining Michael away with a vague curse.
Also,
Oh,
fun fact, did y'all know
The fact of
that the
matter
original
is,
Halloween
no
was
one
made on a
knows
budget
why
of
he is so
$325
cruel, so violent,
grand?
so
Yes.
unstoppable.
Yes,
So
and it
crazy.
turned out to be one of the
At the
biggest,
end of the
one of the
day,
greatest slasher
evil
films of all
gives no
time.
explanation.
Yep.
Just like
Go
how
watch our-
just
go
like
watch
how
our
we know that
commentary
mask
on
is
this.
actually
No
Shatner.
wonder it's no wonder the movies are
Turtles.
profitable. They're
Mask.
made on shoestring budgets.
He can
Yeah.
murder you as quickly or
Well, until
slowly
they
as he
got
wants.
Coolio to
This
get
guy
into
knows
one of the
exactly
movies.
What he's doing with that kitchen knife. He's like a hibachi chef of death.
And yet, his life was brought to an end by Lori herself. But when the time came
Yes.
for the final
God, it was badass when she got
And
popped
then
back.
Resurrection ruined it. Thank you.
using a body double.
All while getting his sister to commit murder for him. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed.
He's also
Fought
even
every
impossibly
Buster
sneaky.
Rhymes.
He can use teleportation.
Trick or treat,
Because he once moved
motherfucker.
through a yard full of motion sensors without setting off
Yep.
a single one until he wanted to.
Look at
Yep.
this. There's just no stopping him. Filling
That's
full of
teleporting.
bullets.
I don't care what anyone
Like, ready to
says.
rip
He's
off
literally
your head, Put him in
teleporting.
the center of an exploding church. he'll survive and go on to kill dozens more people.
Yep.
Just for dramatic effect.
It was this relentless evil that made the people of Haddonfield go ballistic and band together to end Michael Myers
that was
once
awesome.
and for all.
It was, but it was pointless.
Soon realized that was
Yep.
just not
Not many movies actually do this.
No, but it's like no, they don't. But it's like they beat him up one at a time. They beat him up all together, and then when he gets back up, they beat him up one at a time.
creepiest part about all this.
They literally had him.
Still out there.
I mean, if you're trying to go against a guy that's already up and at him, everybody would just get in the way.
Also, the citizens basically killed a innocent elderly person who looked like Michael. Fucking assholes.
All right, the tales have been
Oh, and then they
told.
killed the guy that Laurie Strode
Let's see which
actually kind of
monster
liked.
will stalk another
Oh no!
Time for us.
And they killed her daughter.
Oh, yeah, I was one of the
Oh, the James Bond sequence over there. Why'd you have to choose
Alright.
that?
I do love this opening. I love this opening.
This opening is good. It's atmospheric. It gets to the point. It feels like it's a It feels like it's a great throwback to the 70s.
Yeah.
Is it weird that I want to bang Jason's mom?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they are
She
weird.
looked pretty cute.
Is
She looked
there
pretty
Friday
cute, man.
13th, the video game?
Yeah. That's the
I was
mom.
gonna say, is this from that game?
Why
or
are you looking
Dead
at your
Daylight?
hand while stabbing her?
The mocap
And
on
that's
this,
the
or the
effect.
animation
But
on this
surprise!
is really fucking strange.
Yeah. Okay. So
Oh, it
this
gets
is done by.
stranger.
This is done by Devil Artemis
Oh.
alone. Oh.
Oh, dude, he does a really good job.
Ooh, up
Okay,
against
now it looks
body.
really
Ooh.
good.
Yeah.
I love that Jason just reached
great.
out anyway.
And this is where it goes downhill.
Yeah.
Time to focus on this random stranger.
Hi, human characters.
That's how he usually is, though. Once he's done with one target, he goes to the other.
We'll get to that. I won't talk about it now.
Hi,
but
Randamax. Yeah, that walk cycle was a little iffy.
That's the same axe from
Yeah,
Friday
not
the
gonna lie.
13th, the game, I think.
Yeah, most of the assets are being repeated from Friday the 13th video game.
Can't really blame him, though.
You're right,
Oh,
you're
that
right.
face he did!
The
Can't
him
on
go!
that fast when they're getting hit with an axe.
That red! That fucking red!
Start the car! Start the car!
Wait,
start the
wait.
car!
We'll go. Okay, hang on. We'll go how Jason reacts. It's like, you motherfucker, how dare you!
Just trying to
I
kill
love
him.
that reaction.
So offended by that.
It's literally a game of who can kill this guy first.
Jason.
Oh.
No!
Okay,
My
that
kill! How dare you! Oh!
Oh fuck!
Watch this!
I love
Watch
this.
this! Watch this! The pumpkin's the same as Halloween. It's the same one.
Haha.
That gives him a little more character.
Oh! Okay, mommy, I'll make you.
Oh.
Bye.
I love that he just takes it out.
And it's over.
No, not yet.
No, hang on. One more. Time to finish the blow. Oh!
Now it's
Yeah,
over.
he ain't coming back from that.
Now it's time for me to do this awkward walk cycle that's just gonna keep going and going and going.
Keep on the shot.
And
Keep on the shot. Keep it on the shot. Keep going.
And
going.
going.
And going. Keep
And
going.
going.
Don't stop. Don't
Still
stop.
going.
Keep going.
He's almost
cut.
okay.
Cut. That's perfect.
Okay.
Jesus,
Are we
why?
sure he's dead? You can't be too careful with these guys.
Michael Myers won't be rising from the grave this time. Jason was too much for him.
He never rose from the grave to begin with. What are you talking about?
They do have limits and can be understood.
To Michael's credit, he could match Jason in a lot of ways. Both were experts in methods of killing, and both could totally teleport.
Theoretically.
Which I'm sad
Though
they
if both
barely
really
played
could
with
teleport,
that in
then
this
Neither had an
animation.
advantage
Yeah,
in that
I'll
regard.
get to that.
Or
So
Devil did.
teleportation deniers can rest easy knowing it wasn't really a factor here.
Even the explosions they both survived were similar in size and destructibility.
but Jason held the edge with his superior endurance.
I mean, Jason has more better dirt. Yep, there it is.
Double was clever, but he did it because he explicitly could not survive something like decapitation or getting half his torso blown off.
But Jason could. He also had more experience fighting other supernatural enemies like Leatherface, Freddy, and his uber self. So I doubt Michael could have surprised him with something he's never seen before.
And Jason was just as strong and vicious as Michael. If not
it was a comic, and it was pretty good.
Difference in survivability.
Yeah, Jason's more creative though.
Striking Michael down first. In a battle between two unkillable monsters, it's only natural it would come down to who was more unkillable.
After being ripped to pieces, Michael
and Jocelyn's gone.
No!
Jocelyn, wait. Jocelyn, no!
Jocelyn? Hello?
And is Jason Voorhees.
I love that ending.
My boy. My boy.
Well. Oh no!
Oh, he's playing on guitar. Damn, he's rolling.
Let's pour one out for our boy Michael Myers. He had a good run.
Did he though?
I essentially. I mean, I'll agree with you, but I lost nothing. I had no investment.
Do you mind if I go first?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sure, go ahead.
I'm gonna rant out a little bit. I will say this before I start complaining. The analysis is my favorite in the entire franchise.
Facts.
It is my all-time favorite. I love the fact that this takes place in the same forest where the fight is taking place. I love that shit. I love the fact that the hosts start disappearing one by one as the episode goes on. That is genuinely fucking great. I loved every bit of it. The research was fantastic. Everything was just mwah. I know there's an issue with compositing, but with how confusing and mishmash both timelines are, I do understand that, and that does work best with both these characters in a similar situation with, like, Godzilla versus Gamera, for example. But onto the fight itself. I love the opening. Very atmospheric. I like the combat they have at the beginning. And then the Survivor comes in. Here's the thing. I get what they were trying to go for. You know, to have to follow the Survivor. They both chase down the Survivor until he's died. I get that idea, but it wastes so much fucking time. Because I just want to see both these two fight. I don't want to see just this random guy running around. I mean, it was like, if the animation was longer and we seen more fighting between them, I mean, sure. But the fight was like 4 minutes, I think. It was relatively
not even that. No, it was like 2 minutes.
No, it was not 2 minutes. But it was too short.
Under 3.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it was too short. Like, if it was 2 minutes longer and that was just one segment of the video, that would have been fine. But it takes away what could have been, like, these two fighting more and more. Because when they do fight, it's fucking awesome. It genuinely is fucking awesome. It's just the second half really does keep this episode down for me because it takes away so much from that. I want to see more of that. I don't want to see some lame-o running around. I mean, granted, when Jason's about to kill him and he gets hit by Michael, I love the reaction where he's so fucking offended by that action. Like, you dare, you're gonna fucking murder you. That's great. I like that. But because of that really bad second act, I can't put it on... I can't put really high. I would put it at pretty damn good. That's where I would put it. Where, as I said, I can't put it too high because I just really don't like that second act. Despite a lot of the praise I have, the second act keeps the episode down really badly. It's a good idea on paper, but it was not really good on execution. Because I love the fighting, I love the opening, the ending. It's the middle that really drags the episode down. And that's mostly because the episode's short and it wastes too much time on it.
Ben, I was right. Ben, sorry to interrupt you, but I was right. The animation clocks in at 2 minutes 52 seconds.
The what?
All right. Good to know.
The animation. Yeah.
Where would I rank this? This is actually pretty difficult. Give me a moment. Where would I rank this?
The more you waste, the more he comes for us.
No,
Oh,
I had to think. You said calm. I'll put it right under. Where do we? Oh no. Okay, that's not where it is. Give me a moment. Where is the one episode we had on here? Give me a moment. Damn, it's just. Oh yeah, we put in a different tier. Fuck. Give me a moment. Okay. Where is? Okay, I would put it under. I'll put. Okay, I would put under. I'll put it above Flash versus Quicksilver, but under Mob.
You know, I'd agree with that.
Two.
I'd agree with that.
Same.
Yeah. That's my rant over. I took a bit too long. I apologize. Just trying to think. It's hard to rank this episode because I love so many elements. It's just that one particular thing just drives it down for me, genuinely. That's my only issue. And it's a shame, but it just goes to show that one bad element can really keep a great thing down. Alright, Alex, do you want to go, or did you...
No,
do you have any...
I pretty much have to echo the rest of you guys. The stuff with the survivors could have been executed a hell of a lot better. The death battle was too short. Ultimately, hey, like I agree with the result. I don't think there's any way that that like non-Thorn cult Michael Myers, even with the Thorn cult powers, I don't think Michael Myers is that big of a threat to Jason Voorhees. So it's like sending what's his face, who was the killer from the Nail Gun Massacre movie? Yeah, it's irrelevant, and it's like sending that guy up against a fucking Deadite. You know, it's irrelevant. We know who's gonna win. It's just, you know, it would have been interesting to get a bunch more material out of it, which they didn't give us. So
yeah. All right. I don't think you have anything to say, right, Kevin? Or do you want to go?
I already said my thing.
Fair enough. Gizmo, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Man, it really does almost reach its time for a death battle, but there's like a few things that watching it again, it just takes it down a notch.
Yeah.
Like, look, I was never one of the guys that thought that Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers was one that made sense, because one is mortal, one is immortal. That's like taking a Highlander and like having him go up against, I don't know, the kid from the Page Master. You know that kid gonna die.
Yeah.
I don't care how much Toon Force he's got behind his back. And the only thing that I could think of that are similar to each other is that they're both known for one bladed weapon each, and the fact that they're silent and masked. That's it. There's not enough differences or similarities that they can play off of each other, except for the fact that maybe one's a little taller and stronger, and one's just smarter. But even then, that really doesn't make sense. But the battle I liked. The battle I really liked. The setting, okay, yeah, it makes sense too. But here's the thing: with a lot of the good that they've done, there's always a lot of but. There's a lot of buts. Ha ha ha! I said buts. Like, for example, the woods. Okay, it makes sense, but they could have taken place at a campground instead of just the forest. You know, okay, it's cool that they're, clashing bladed weapons, but those aren't the only weapons they've used. You know, it's like, it's an irresistible force meeting an immovable object, but they've had regular humans beat them before. You know, that's what I mean when I say there's a lot of buts, because there's always something holding it back from making sense or having the episode be good. Like, yeah, even the random cities, like, okay, yeah, it makes sense because they both were known for taking down guys, younger than they are, like any other slasher villain. But again, they could have done this a lot better. Like, say, I don't know, maybe they were in a crowd. Maybe they could have done something like with Freddy versus Jason, where they were like in the middle of like some frat party, and like Jason could have thrown a keg, and then maybe Michael Myers could have used like a random kid as a shield. while Jason stabbed him trying to get through Michael Myers, that kind of shit. As much as I love this episode, the matchup, the setting, and again, a lot of butts, I said a lot of butts, keeps this from being up there and even in the lowest of its time for a death battle. Hell, it keeps it from being high up in worthy death.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to agree it belongs somewhere in pretty damn good. Maybe right below Flash versus Quicksilver.
Right. All right. RGS, you are up in 3, 2. Oh, I lost the timer. Fuck. Hang on. An idiot. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Right. So the thing is, the fight does deserve to be in pretty damn good because a lot of the effort is put into it. And Devil Artemis, even if some of the wonky animations for the survivors, it's still pretty good for what it is. The issue is that they show so little of the actual fight, and they focus heavily on the perspective of the survivors. To do that effectively, I imagine you would have to have them watch the fight, essentially be our surrogate. Have them hide and they'll always fight in the background whilst they try to kill other people.
Yeah.
A bit experimental and could have wasted a lot of time. I think that's how you could have approached that better. But that's just simply an opinion. I wasn't too enthralled with the idea of the fight. The fight itself is pretty decent. Because I already kind of figured Jason would win. But that's just because I already considered that Jason was far stronger just due to the stuff that he's shown in the movies.
Oh yeah.
My issue, admittedly, is just the occasional little bits of wonky animation and the lack of the real fight going on. See, if it were other than that, it would go very high in worthy death. It just kind of seems like they wanted to experiment, but they couldn't figure out the angle they wanted to go for this experiment. So it's I respect the effort. I'm not going to talk shit about it, but you could clearly tell that maybe there was a better way to go about it. But you never know until you give it a go. Live action would have actually been really good. I would also maybe have preferred if he got a bit more time to kind of get the more realistic movements. But I understand that Devil Artemis' style with the Perfect Cell stuff is a bit more cartoony and exaggerated.
Yeah. He did at least, I'll give him credit, he did at least try to make it somewhat realistic to the best of his ability, so he does deserve credit on that.
Yeah, hold on, I'm going to make fun of one thing, though. You know that last survivor as he's running away from Jason and Michael?
Yeah.
It was like he was doing a fucking Scooby-Doo run. Or a Mario run. I got to get out of here. But yeah, pretty damn good. Just due to the real lack of a fight, I would actually put it below Ratchet and Jack.
Yeah. Let me show this face that the survivor does. Meme.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Hi, Bugsy.
One frame.
Oh my god.
It's so good. Meme worthy.
Why
Someone
is
make
he
this
called...
a meme.
Okay, why is he called Bugsy?
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Oh.
Okay. Jedi, it's your turn. Let me get it back to it. Alright, your turn in 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't like this episode, and I don't like this matchup.
I can understand it.
I've made it clear 3 times, and I'm sorry. I'm happy that everybody got this fight because it is considered it is considered in the higher echelon of highly most requested fights, going as far back as the show's creation. I've just never been invested into this fight, and that's just because it has no investment on me. I grew up with Freddy Krueger. I grew up with Pennywise. I grew up with more popular monsters that I could like. And yeah, I had particular taste in horror. I did watch the original Halloween movie and Halloween 2, and I liked them. But so I kind of
Halloween
like
2 or Halloween Part 2?
Halloween, the original Halloween 2.
Okay.
I hate that I have to fucking specify that because there are like 2 different.
Specify that.
Wait a second. Did you mean Halloween 2?
Yeah, blame Bollywood for that shit.
Halloween, Kills or
Halloween and Halloween Original 2. It's just God
Part 2.
Yeah, Part 2. Yes, the one where it's revealed. Okay. The pre brother and sister era. That's why I can sound like. Okay. Anyway.
So the original
the
brother and
analysis,
sister era. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. The analysis is dope. It slaps. I love it. It's probably the best of this past season because of how it feels like a camp story. And having it take place in the woods where the killing is happening, I think that's genius. The animation, it's a little jarring and janky. As usual, Devil Artemis seems to love doing this. He did cut or not put in a scene that was in the boards. So there you go. And that was the scene. And there was actually supposed to be a scene where the sleeping bag is used against Jason or Michael. So they don't just.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. I can send the original boards. But yes, that does happen.
That doesn't make sense though. You would have to actually stuff one of the guys in there or have something in there.
No. Okay,
yeah,
no.
I do see why that was cut, but it was still
because Jason was dragging a body in the bag.
So, you're right.
Okay, that makes way more sense.
That makes way more sense. You're right. That's right. I remember now.
Okay.
That does make sense now. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah. Either way, I wish we would have gotten that, but regardless of that,
crap. You put in the old craps here. That doesn't exist.
No. Here I am. Sorry.
You're good.
Anyone can hear me.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I'm on speaker. Good. Okay. Cool. All right. So yeah, the animation was just okay. Devil was going through a lot at the time. He lost it. He lost his house in the Florida.
Jesus.
My sympathies.
Yeah. So he was recovering at that time, and he wasn't getting paid much. So he was doing the best he could. So I think the animation is just okay. And yeah, no, it's just an okay episode for me. I have no attachment to it, and I think it should go in "it was fine" category, probably above Zuko versus Todoroki.
Ooh,
yeah, I think that's a fair but tough placement.
Yeah, I think there's more votes for a year, so it's fine where it is. But I completely understand what you think.
Mob versus Lost Sassy Child, and it was fine. So, that's where I put it. I did have it, and it was fine. So
the sassy child that's falling in love with the caped Baldy.
Okay, let's recount the votes. So I said above Quicksilver. Kevin, what did you say?
The same place where Alex had it.
Alex, on this tier list, where would you have it?
Okay, I had it below Mob versus Lost Sassy Child.
Which, okay, you're still the same.
I don't remember
Got it.
her name.
Gizmo said Under the Flash. RGS, you said under Ratchet and Clank, right?
Yeah.
All right. I feel like there's a good ratio here with one vote's being down there, so I think we're good. I think we just move on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wheel of Morality, turn. Give us a good episode that we could learn.
Oh, Alex. Oh.
Okay, we almost had
Finally!
We already know where this is
we got a fantastic episode. Yes.
We already know.
Oh, thank you, Lord Jesus. Thank you.
Alex, you are in for a fucking treat. But first, before we get to that, one last time. In the arms of a angel, fly away. In the arms of an angel, in the death grip of a Jason Voorhees, I'm shitty through the night. Okay, you're in for a fucking treat, Alex.
Can I give a fun fact about this? Can I give a fun fact about this episode?
Please do, yes.
Austin St. John actually did a reaction to this episode on his own private Patreon.
Cool.
Yes, he did, and he actually disagrees with this episode, and he was rooting, and he's actually a Ninja Turtles fan.
Don't spoil the results.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
I didn't
that is
say,
really cool.
I didn't say what he disagrees with. I just said
That's
like,
true.
It's too awesome, man. That's actually pretty funny.
He disagrees with this fight. He thinks that Leonardo would always win. That's
if Leonardo had his powers from the 03 cartoon, yeah, he would have.
It's kind of sucks because right now in the TMNT and Power Rangers comic, in the sequel, Billy and Donnie have figured out a way to where the Rangers, to where the turtles and people actually can share the morphing head.
Wait, there's a comic crossover?
Yeah, there's
they actually did it? What the fuck? I never knew about this.
Yeah, there are action figures too.
Wow.
The first one,
it's actually really cool.
And the first one, Frank is actually infiltrating the Foot Clan. And in the second one, what they did was they made the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. They gave them the ability to actually mutate into their animal forms instead of just get into costumes that resembled animal forms.
Also, too, in the first one, Shredder and Rita take Tommy out of commission, and Shredder uses the Green Ranger powers.
Oh. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay. 5'2", 170 pounds. Not in the Michael Bay universe. He's not.
No, hell no.
He's like 8 feet tall and 400 pounds.
Also, too, we should welcome back Leo, because this was his third episode in almost 10 years? Yeah, 10, 11 years.
His last episode?
It is, yes.
Why couldn't they have had
a decent episode to a shit episode to an amazing episode?
Why couldn't they have had a couple of other episodes with him in it?
Yeah, no, okay, so originally, the Leo versus Zitz battle, that wasn't supposed to be who Leo was going to fight. Originally, and I was hoping they would do it for this episode, but they couldn't because that would require bringing this person back a third time. Originally, they wanted Leo to fight Tommy.
So we're not including anything
okay, why didn't they show White Ranger Tommy?
Yeah, White Ranger Tommy.
Okay, yeah, that would have made perfect sense too.
Yeah, see, if Leo had those powers from the 03 series, he would have won.
Yeah, Leo.
Yeah, he would have.
Yeah, but it's understandable why they didn't use them.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Look, dude, if you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
What the hell? Actually, you know what? I want to see Leonardo with a pair of lightsabers versus Darth Vader.
Yes. Dude, you know what? I'm surprised that nobody has made any crossover comics with Star Wars.
Also, I should mention
cancer! Get the cancer off screen. Get the cancer off
the
screen.
Why are we seeing cancer?
The show is terrible. Get it off
screen.
Dude,
that's a good show.
Close your eyes and listen to the Ninja Turtles talk. You will not know the difference.
Oh god!
Okay, yes, I do. I realize that.
Oh god, the cancer is trying to. I had to place me.
I was gonna say.
Oh god! It's like we're magically apocalyptic. Why did they have to summon cancer with that purse?
Okay, there you go. If you think the Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles crossover is crazy, what if I were to tell you that the Ninja Turtles also crossed over with the Ghostbusters?
Oh, I knew that.
Yes,
I knew that.
That was a good one.
I read that.
Ghostbusters crossed over with Transformers, and that was a good one too.
Yes.
Yeah, and then IDW lost the rights, and they were unable to finish the Ghostbusters story they were doing.
Didn't the X-Files have a crossover with the Ninja Turtles at one time?
Must be able to react to things 280 times faster than
By the
why
way,
is Raiden?
Who here has seen Ghostbusters Afterlife, by the way?
I have. It's
I have. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Why we were denied this before, I'll never understand.
Yeah.
I'm okay with
Ghostbusters Afterlife is one of Ghostbusters Afterlife is one of the best tribute films I've ever watched.
Oh, yeah.
It literally did. It did what Episode 7 was trying to do, but better.
Yeah. It's what the sequel trilogy wishes it was.
And I wish we could get like a you said
oh, Alex.
Did you say there was Ghostbusters Ninja Turtles crossover?
He's a teenager.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I need to read that now.
Yes,
you said you read it.
No, I read the first issue. No, it was really good.
Yeah,
I also read the
God, how could you not use the? How could you not use the Batman versus TMNT clip of him using pressure points on Roz? Damn it!
That would have been really good because the Batman TMNT movie was amazing.
Yeah, and I learned, and I'm a teenager, and I learned this from a rat.
To combat her vile magics, the good-natured
and this marks
Leonardo was able to take on somebody who's taught both Batman and Ra's al Ghul, or not Ra's al Ghul, and possibly Damian and Deathstroke. Okay, yes, in some continuities, Ra's al Ghul taught Deathstroke. That should tell you not to underestimate Leonardo, even when going up against members of the Bat family.
It is
To be
weird.
fair, you could argue that isn't really a canon.
Anyway,
but that's
anyway.
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
Yes, this is the 4th time they are featured.
Wait, the 4th time?
You forgot. Power Rangers versus Megazord.
Power Rangers versus
Tommy versus
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it is the 4th time. You're right.
Tommy,
Yeah,
Tommy taking 2 L's to the face from Gundam Epion and the
Oh, I hate the
and
so much.
okay,
Mecha Godzilla and what was it?
Kiryu.
Yeah, Kiryu.
Yeah, Kiryu, and then.
But this is Jason. But this actually. But this is also Jason's second fight.
Voltron. That's what I was thinking of. Voltron, Mecha Godzilla, and Epion.
Yeah. So yes,
I know it's Kiryu, but still.
I am kind of a little disappointed that we're once again using Mighty Morphin because we can use other Power Rangers series, guys.
Well, to be fair, Mighty Morphin is the one that has the
I know.
Hand-to-hand
most
combat.
lore out of all the others. So.
How well do you think Jason?
The fighting game is so good. It has Ryu in it.
Expert martial artists like Batman or
The fighting game could have been so much better though. Like,
It is though.
It's basically King of Fighters with Power Rangers characters, but the thing is, the base game is like basically the story mode isn't that great, and the base game is missing a bunch.
Yeah,
of
that's
shit.
fair.
You know, also too.
The patches made it a little better.
Oh yeah, I know.
It is also appropriate that we're.
Oh God, Lizzie died.
Yeah. It is appropriate that we're reacting to this because the reunion special is coming to Netflix next week.
Yeah.
Alex, I got a question to ask you.
Yes.
In terms of hand-to-hand combat, how do you think Jason would fare against someone like Batman or Leonardo, like minus the whole morphing grid and whatnot?
Okay, so without the suit, I think Jason would have a better idea. Jason would have a better time taking on Leo than he would Batman. And without his suit.
Absolutely.
Like if you strip them down to just hand-to-hand, and Jason has like it's like 2 or 3 black belts, one in karate.
Well, Jason also
unless the more
powerful
powerful weapons are deemed
one in I think he has some judo too. But
Jason also canonically created and teaches his own martial art.
Yeah. So
scaling this boulder to Jason's own height,
yeah. Oh yeah, this is the Boom Studios comic. Those are great. Go read those.
Those are very good. Yes. I actually I met Austin St. John a couple years ago, and I got him to autograph my Morpher.
That would have been. I really really wanted to get a gold Morpher autographed by JDF, and now I can't.
I have two.
I
have
an opportunity
two autographs.
to see him at a con, unfortunately.
I met him once years ago during the pandemic. He gave not one, not two, but 3 autographs to me. The first one was free. He literally gave me a free autograph on a sticker. And no, he didn't just autograph my sticker. He also autographed the printed laminated card that the comic shop had.
Oh man, awesome!
He even gave me a shout out because I told him I was friends with the creator of Bad in the Sun, and he gave me a personal video shout out to the creator.
Oh, that's sweet, dude.
He was very fucking sweet. I treasure that fucking experience. Jason was my favorite Red Ranger. I will not lie.
Unfortunately, my dad is asleep in the next room. Otherwise, I'd pull my guitar back out and start playing the Power Rangers theme. But
here we go.
Everyone quiet. Everyone quiet.
Huh?
Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's the run cycle! It's the run cycle from the game!
It's so good.
Oh, the pizza!
How dare you!
How dare you!
Dude, sorry, I'm late for one of Frida's monsters.
This is an excellent reason for them.
That's great. He threw him at the camera.
Okay, so I should mention, they did get Kagi Films back to reprise his role as Jason from Voltron's Megazord.
That's awesome.
He does a really good job.
He
does.
Too bad he
I
can't
love
do a
the
good
sound
job
effects.
of him
Love
getting
this
sick.
shot.
Yes! Oh, it's so good.
Turtle power. Power sword.
Don't blame me for not being impressed. Really, dude?
Oh!
Yes!
Oh!
Badass.
Okay then.
Bodacious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice callback to the Ninja Turtles Battle Royale, by the way.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, that's so clever.
Oh, I love this line coming up.
Yo, what are you doing down there?
Here it comes.
Tights. I'm all healed up. Behold the immortal
Here it
turtle.
goes.
That's focus.
Feels so 90s. I love it.
I love it.
And that's John Allen doing the voice of.
Oh, that was such a good fucking combo. Yes.
I'm gonna have a shell of a time here, boys.
Yes, here it comes.
Dude, here we go.
Oh, the music goes so hard at this moment.
Oh, it!
Yes! Yes!
Oh!
Oh, explosions! Yes!
The one Power Rangers win.
Yes! Go, fucking Power Rangers!
The blood going down the
Go, Power
Oh, let's
Rangers!
listen to the argument.
Are you gonna keep reusing that one, or should I expect something new?
Oh, I'm sorry, do you want me to shell out some more puns?
Fine. Leonardo certainly had more martial arts experience than Jason, and was likely a
I
bit
wouldn't
faster.
necessarily say that, and he was taught by Master
If it were
Splinter, but
just up to
Jason
those two factors, the Ninja Turtle may have
Jason's a
won.
Jason
good fighter.
is in a... Yeah, exactly. Jason can be right up there with Leo as equals.
Right.
First of all, Leonardo's superior training was a moot point, as Jason's morph granted him a broad mastery of martial arts talent automatically.
Yeah.
Kinda cheap if you ask me, but that's Power Rangers for you.
But let's talk numbers.
Why
Giving
did
Leonardo the benefit
Oh,
of the
get the
doubt,
cancer
he
off
scaled his
screen.
level of toughness to his
What the
weaker
fuck?
like Baron
What?
Draxler.
I don't get the hate.
Remember how Drexum survived?
Lost opportunity.
I do find it weird they're using feats for this show since it's so out of.
Yeah, no, there are more
canon.
feats they could have used to find his maximum level of durability, speed, or strength.
Pretty impressive, But then we used the same method on the control center exploding while Jason was inside, and it came out to 550 tons of TNT.
Yep.
But see, that doesn't just apply to Jason. That applies to all of the Rangers in that scenario.
Still had to find their
Yep.
overall strength. To do that, we
Even not Draken there.
pillar to the Rangers bowling with boulders.
Using granite as an average potential density and scaling the pillar to Leonardo's height, it appears to weigh about 240 metric tons.
Still impressive, but way
Ignoring
less
the
than
monster hanging off it.
11,000-ton boulder.
Yeah.
The Red Ranger couldn't just crack that shell; he could make turtle soup out of it.
Yeah, this is
Leonardo
another
held some advantages
thing
in
that
speed and
causes
skill,
some
making his
issues
fight
with
far
their
from one-sided.
Epion analysis.
However, Jason's
Because
superior
they're
strength,
basically
arsenal,
breaking
Yeah,
down.
no shit, bro. That was from years before.
Even without taking the Boom Studios stuff into account, the Power Rangers were still way
winner
more
is Austin
powerful
St.
than they gave
John.
them credit for in that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Alex,
Anyways,
I'm curious to see what
it's
you
time
think
for a
now.
death battle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
I'd say it's a worthy death.
I'm gonna put it.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Oof,
put it-
L for Kevin.
I'm gonna put it right. I'm gonna put it.
Put it right above Ken versus Terry.
I think it was higher.
That's gonna be difficult. I gotta put it above. I gotta put it above Captain Falcon and Johnny Cage.
Ooh.
All the way up there.
Right
I agree.
next to.
I agree.
Yeah, right next to Megazord versus Voltron.
Yeah, perfect.
Put it above
Johnny Cage
Megazord
should have
versus
won.
Voltron.
Johnny should have won.
I don't know. You know what? I'll agree with that. I do agree with that.
Fuck Captain
Okay.
Falcon, Blue Falcon.
Yeah. I only disagree. My only thing that I don't like is it feels like they did kind of lowball and Leonardo. They should have given him more of his broader abilities.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody else noticed it. Maybe it's just me, but there is.
I feel like if they did, then that would also mean they would have to give
Jason
they would
the
also have to
Zord.
give Jason. Yeah, I was gonna say they would have to give Jason his Zord too.
Dinosaur power.
Yeah,
We're not letting
yeah, that's
Alex finish
true.
his review.
Yeah.
Oh, I was basically done, but if you want me to keep going, the characters are very. The introduction is great. The characters are in character. Or obviously, Jason would think that a weird guy who looks like a turtle is one of Rita's monsters. So
Or
that's
Zed.
That's gonna feed in. Yeah, or Zed's monsters. So that's gonna feed into it. They have a fairly good exploration of all the characters' abilities and powers. The thing, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I kind of think that the stuff they left out is basically irrelevant to the outcome of the fight. So, as it's kind of irrelevant, and I'm not too bothered by it. I don't think the outcome of this fight can really change all that much.
Yeah.
When you start folding in more of each character's abilities, so that helps inform my decision more. It's not like they left out stuff that would have changed massive aspects of the fight choreography or massive aspects of the
Your timer went off.
outcome. Anyways, I'm done. Go ahead.
All right. Kevin, do you have anything to say?
Okay, so I said worthy death. So where would I put it? Above Mr. Sauron and the Lichiest of Kings.
But why worthy death? Why that low?
Why specifically worthy death?
Mostly because I'm just like, yeah, I feel like this could have been and way better, or had they just gone full ham with both their abilities.
Okay, I understand that, but I also, I don't really think that it could have been that.
I don't
much
think
better.
the results will have changed.
It could have been.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, for me, okay, let me start my timer. This episode mirrors Metal Sonic versus Zero for me. With that episode,
Really
tried to mimic the Saturn, PlayStation 1 kind of style with sound effects, animation, and so on and so forth. This episode tried to mimic the 90s with this 16-bit sound effects, the animation, just the style
dialogue.
of both shows. Yeah, the dialogue. and it does so fucking perfectly. The sprite animation is fucking incredible. It's creative, it's funny, it's impactful. It's everything. It even ends in a Power Rangers explosion. That was freaking awesome. I don't care what anyone says. That is perfect. Just, oh my god, there's so much right here. They even got the Kagi back for Jason. He does a great job. Genuinely. And the analysis, the analysis is very good. Same with the result. I agree with the result. I understand that some people are like, oh, but I forgot this. I don't think it's relevant. I don't think the result would change either way, unless something came out after this episode, which is typical for the Death Battle curse. But I don't have anything else to say. It's just, it's a perfect representation of both their shows and the 90s in general. It does much better than Zero versus Metal Sonic, which tries to do that in a different way, while this one just succeeds in all aspects. I get that they might be able to do a little more, but I think they did just enough, in my opinion. But yeah, that's that. I'm done with that. Gizmo, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, time for a death battle above Ken versus Terry. I do have to say, like I've said it before. Even if they did give Leonardo the mutations and the transformations, either or, that would mean they would have to give the Red Ranger his Tyrannosaurus Rex Zord, as well as maybe the ability to use the blaster that fuses everybody's weapons, which I think is kind of unfair, and I don't think the results would have changed either way. Because either way, though, I think this is a really good fight. I love that the personalities were extremely accurate to the T. I love the fact that Leonardo was just out in the open eating a pizza, sort of like how they would always do in the old school cartoon, as opposed to like every other one. They wore disguises, but you have to admit they obviously weren't good. They just wore a trench coat and hat. They didn't even bother.
Oh no, they would wear a mask over the hat. They would actually wear.
In the show they never did.
They rarely ever did that.
They had different disguises. Like, go back and watch the original show. They actually had a variety of different disguises.
Most of the time, like I had a bunch of the DVDs when I was a kid, and I managed to. I got them from the library when I was a kid, and I have the series now. I don't think they really, for the most part, it is just.
We're getting off track.
It is just the trench coat and the hat.
Yeah, that's why they have action figures based off of it. And there's a reason why they have action figures based off of just the trench coat and hat.
Yeah,
guys, we need to get back on track.
Like I said, I like the fact that he's just out in the open eating a pizza. Sort of like how they did in the first cartoon they were at. I love that they use all this 90s, late and early 90s slang. Bodacious, radical, bogus, cowabunga. I love it all. Maybe it's because I was born in the 90s, but and I still use most of that shit. I love the fact. I love that they literally used everything in their arsenal, from the blaster to the ninja stars to even that fucking sword from that one cartoon that we shall not name. And damn, the last thing I have to say is that death. God damn! Not only was he cut in half, which was already awesome and brutal, he blew the hell up like a Power Rangers enemy should. And damn, they didn't have to do that, but the fact that they showed the blood going down the sewer was even more brutal than any explosion. That's just rubbing salt in an open wound. And it's like, and TLDR, it's time for a death battle. They got mostly everything right, and the things they didn't, they were barely noticeable.
Your timer went off, by the way.
Okay, all
right.
Who's next?
Yep. RGS is next. RGS, are you ready?
Yeah, that's me ready.
All right, go.
Honestly, yeah, I share a lot of the same sentiments. I'm a massive fan of both the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Power Rangers. I love tokusatsu. I love shit like the Turtles. I guess parody superhero stuff. I just really like what it does. It's a nice little. What's the best way to describe it?
Homage?
Nostalgic.
Throwback.
By the way, Base 30655 says the Rise movie wasn't out at the time, but it likely wouldn't change the result. Well, Rise shouldn't have even have been included with this.
Yeah,
No,
I understand why they did it. It was the most recent cartoon, and it was probably easier to pull a feat from.
Yeah. All right, RGS, continue. We're sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, I don't understand Rise either. I think the Turtles also fall under the same logic, I think, for Godzilla and Gamera and shit, where their incarnations are so radically different where you kind of have to separate them at a point. But that's
you got a point there.
Yeah.
I just really like it. It's respectful. I enjoy the fact that they put all the attention to making this as good as they could. There were the occasional little slip-ups, but I really didn't notice them because I was just brought in by the fun of it all. It was, I think that's the word to describe it. It was fun. It was a nice way to pay respects to both. I really like. I just like everything. I'm kind of gushing a bit too much and not coming up with good critiques. The track's pretty decent. I don't know. I just really like it. It's just one of those things where I can't criticize it because I just can't really find a flaw. My critical eye is failing me for once.
That just tells you how good it is.
Well, yeah, but then again, it's because it's hitting the right note. Because I both love the Turtles and love Power Rangers. I wouldn't see them being a matchup. I guess that's my only nick, but that's just whatever.
I mean, they did have a team up with Power Rangers in space.
Yeah, I'm aware.
We don't talk about that.
I do.
Yeah, I do.
It was shit.
Shit
now. Don't talk about it.
I can acknowledge it without acknowledging Venus de Milo.
RGS, where would you put it?
Obviously, I can't put it above Popeye versus Saitama.
No, that's way too much.
No way.
Way.
No. Right.
No way.
One versus Digimon because it's just really solid. It's just
above where?
Pokemon versus
Pokemon and Digimon.
I'll agree with that.
Okay. Are we all set?
No, it's Jedi. Yeah, you go.
Okay, I didn't hear. Okay. I love this episode. Like everyone here, I'm a huge Power Rangers fan. I'm a huge Turtle fan. It was about time they brought back Leonardo. He had not been in Death Battle for a long, long time, and he was the first character. He was the first character to have a consistent winning streak back then.
Yeah, he had 2 episodes.
Yeah, he had 2 episodes, 2 wins. So it was great seeing him back, and they completely redid his analysis from top to bottom, which is something I always champion, and I hate with the other third existing combatants, Wonder Woman in particular. If you're going to bring back a character like Wonder Woman or Batman, you need to redo their analysis from the ground up or find something new and interesting to bring up. Jason's was pretty good. They did focus on him in Voltron versus Megazord, but it was only for a short, brief moment. But it was great. The analysis were fun. The animation is good. Zack Attack, Luis, Gus, they did an amazing job with this animation. The attention to detail is breathtaking. Like, literally making
breathtaking.
I don't know if it was Luis or Zach that did that hand-drawn shot of Jason's running cycle from the Super Nintendo game and actually using that sprite.
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah, using that sprite was good. They could have just created a new one, but they didn't. There was also no puppet rigging in this. This was all mostly, from what I can tell, it looked like it was all done by hand. So that was great. And that shot where Leo's bouncing off of the light after he hits it, I love that shot because there's so much detail that goes into that shot. I do have one thing to criticize, and that is Leo was completely out of character.
Really?
I did not feel he was Leo. Okay, I remember watching the 80s cartoon and / early 90s cartoon. Leo was not like how he was portrayed here. He had his moments, yes, but the way he was portrayed in this battle when he was interacting with Jason, it felt like it was reminiscent more of Mikey than it was Leo. Like, especially the lines, I love being... especially the line, I love being a turtle. That was something that Mikey said.
That's something they all said, though.
Yeah, the cowabunga.
Like, I'd have to say, like, I understand where you're coming from, but the thing is, this is also, this is probably also a bit more like the movie version of Leo, as well, personality-wise.
Maybe
because they were all a little bit goofier in that one.
Maybe, yeah. No, I don't know. I can't say specifically. It just felt like, okay, Leonardo was just a bit too much playful, and I really wish we would have got... The banter we did get was great. I loved it. Still, though, he was a bit out of character, and I did notice that, but again, maybe it was a throwback to the 80s, to the 90s movie. Yeah. Who knows?
Ultimately, like, the dialogue is more based on, like, the 80s and 90s show and the 90s movie than it is on the comic or the recent shows.
And it succeeds in that. It succeeds in that.
Yeah. Your timer went off, by the way.
Okay. So, yeah, I love this episode. It's fantastic. And it was and I actually put this above Obi-Wan versus Kakashi back when I ranked this season back then.
Oh.
I'm dead serious. I love this episode more than Obi-Wan versus Kakashi.
I have to agree.
Has my boy, Obi-Wan.
I have to agree.
So, I would put this above... I would agree it should be above Pokemon versus Digimon just because it is just a fantastic love letter to the 90s episode. And I will say this.
Seamus isn't going to like that.
Yeah.
And I will say this. Something else we all should... Something else I think everybody...
He went to sleep instead of joining us.
I know. Something that we can all agree on. I think this episode is a modern-day version of He-Man versus Lion-O. That episode...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. No debate.
The puns, the music, the choreography.
It feels like that. It feels like we just got a 90s version of He-Man versus Lion-O, and I love it.
Yeah.
So
it's a similar comparison to mine with Metal Sonic versus Zero, honestly. It's actually kind of interesting.
And again, it is nice that Power Rangers fans were cheering. I could remember Power Rangers fans finally could say Death Battle doesn't hate Power Rangers anymore. They finally gave them the W.
They finally been granted the W of W's. All hail. Most votes are for here.
And the only person...
No. Okay, we need to move on. The most votes are here. Yeah. There's one above here, one above Terry, one down here. Yeah, it's fine where it is. Come on, let's get a good one.
One question I have to bring up. Does this mean they're going to be giving other Power Rangers a chance? Because
no idea.
They've mostly been giving it to the leaders.
Yes, we're last tonight.
Oh, nice.
Battle of Mythologies.
This is an awesome episode. Hell to the fuck yeah.
Although this probably
Greek
was
mythology versus Chinese mythology.
This was foreshadowing to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's career last year.
Ooh, that's brutal.
Well, don't forget the fact that Black Adam versus Apocalypse ended up with the same fate.
Yeah, exactly. The Rock was in this series twice, and he gets stomped on twice, literally.
That's why I'm afraid if they do Crypto versus Underdog, they're going to use the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson Crypto.
Oh, God.
Sun Wukong, the Monkey King.
Isn't it supposed to be Hercules if this is...
Remember when they gave Black Adam a fucking...
Yeah, Hercules and Hercules are two entirely different mythologies, actually. Not many people know that.
Hercules, they do call him Hercules in this episode.
Yes.
Not Hercules.
Yeah, but not many people know the difference. People think it's just the same name. Different name, same guy.
Well, it is basically that. Why is he?
You know, I love the analysis here.
Yes. The Legend of Hercules.
No Disney Zero to Hero, just the classic Greek myth. And like most ancient Greek stories, it began with Zeus being a total creep.
The god thunder did his...
It was a normal, sane, consensual day in ancient Greece.
And thus a god was born.
And then along came Zeus.
But Hera was pretty pissed Zeus had
And he
cheated
hurled
on
his
her
thundercock.
Yet again. Yet again.
For 51 children.
Means glory to Hera. Too bad she had already made a
Two of those children being Troya and
Hera's Oppo.
Cassie Sandsmark.
You know what the craziest thing is? My first introduction to Hercules' real name was in the Spirit movie.
Yeah.
Huh.
Really? Hurts?
Spirit Stallion into the Cimarron?
No, the Spirit. Yeah, the
The
Frank
introduction to
Miller
Hercules'
Spirit
real
movie.
name to me was in
Oh God! Oh God! What?
Yep.
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 Reading one of those candy bars again.
Man, how do you not know this? How do you not know this when you saw the analysis?
Hey, Jake Gyllenhaal.
I forgot. I forgot about that.
Hey, young Hercules.
Yes, it
While
is.
he was a natural at boxing, wrestling, fencing, and so much more, he struggled in the arts.
He even had a fit and accidentally killed his music teacher.
Oh,
Hercules, no, this was a
that
sign of the
sucks.
tragedy.
Will not play Duran
To
Duran.
be synonymous with the term hero, he murdered his wife, Princess Megara, and their sons.
Yeah, Hera
Yep.
had magically driven him into a
Oh, and by the
kill-frenzy
way,
rage,
that
but that didn't
inside.
excuse it
By the
for
way,
her.
all this
His
is what
guilt
made
was there.
Hercules
Desperate to
in
atone,
the
he
Fate
sought
series, the
guidance from the
Berserker
Oracle of
Serpent.
Delphi and learned
Yeah.
his path to redemption. He
However,
would
the god of
submit himself
strength
to
was
King
no match for
Ulysses and
Gilgamesh.
perform for him 10 grueling labors.
The guy was a d-bag, but Herc did what he had to.
All because
Dwayne
The Rock.
Johnson.
all because he
Did you
couldn't
know
afford-
during that scene he filmed, he passed out.
Whose hide could not be pierced by any
Really? I never
Yeah,
knew
he
that.
genuinely passed out. He was screaming and then he went black.
The belt as armor for himself.
That's how he described it. Because he's pushing his body to his limits in that scene. It was too
What are
much
you
for
talking
him.
about? Dwayne, we all know Dwayne The Rock Johnson has no limits. I mean, he's got the more jacked he gets.
Oh, there's a reason. The Rock, they attach an infinitely weighted rock to him, which is why it was hard.
The stuff for later use, like when he used them to take out centaurs, titans, and even the sun.
What?
The details of
Yeah.
that differ. But in
I
some
love
ways,
that.
Hercules was so fed up
I don't
with
know
the
what comic that is. I
fire
want to
and
read
arrow
that
at the
comic.
sun, the physical embodiment of the god Helios.
I guess that's one way to cool off. Take that, global warming.
To reach the sun, his arrow would have to fly.
That's how we should fix it. Biden keeps crying about it. How about he goes the fuck outside and shoots an arrow at the sun? Why doesn't he do that?
I can already hear
Fucking
Greta
pussy.
Thunberg bitching about it. How dare you?
I'm gonna walk into come out and kick down the doors. I know how to solve global war. I'm gonna pull out a bow and arrow, shoot at the sun. It's over.
It doesn't even make it past the clouds.
It goes back
Well,
down.
try-
It's
As
we'll
part of his
see.
plan, Hercules would temporarily take on the role of the Titan.
Hey,
Oh,
bro.
D-Bird, you joined us for a good one.
That sounds exotic.
We're watching Hercules versus Sun
While modern
Wukong.
art often portrays
Yeah.
Atlas carrying
Nice.
a globe, the
Yeah,
Greeks
you missed a
perceived
couple
his
of death
birth as
battles.
a celestial
Poor
figure.
body.
Supported the
Oh.
not only Earth, but the whole universe.
By the way, Superman was taking over that position
Oh.
for Atlas while he was out and about.
Wait, I couldn't hear that. What was that?
Show.
Superman ended up briefly doing that for Atlas as a solid.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then he left him there
Superman be
for
like-
an unknown period of
like,
time.
Wow, this is really heavy. Hey, Atlas, how long did you say you were going to be gone?
Atlas?
Long enough to
Atlas?
father an entire new
Atlas, come
generation
back!
of Hesperides.
His wife had just died.
And you know what I imagine Superman being like after he did all that? It's like,
Base 30655 says this death battle might too closest to fake character in death battle. Oh yeah. Excuse me.
This is the closest we're gonna get to a fake character.
Until we get Artoria Pendragon versus
Even giants and the god of death couldn't end his story.
it would be a
Instead,
good
he was
matchup for
tricked into
Artoria.
putting on a shirt covered in that
who
hydra
knows?
blood and-
Artoria.
I've heard many. I've heard Luke Skywalker.
Artoria is goddamn
That would be a
ridiculous.
terrible matchup.
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you. You're who? I'm here to rescue you of Dr. Artuyan, and I'm here with Ben Kenobi.
Story unfold. And so, as his mortal form returned to ash, Heracles ascended to Mount Olympus.
Where he was welcomed as the god of strength. Even Hera lightened up.
Use the Force, Luke.
Of strife and
Lightened up
strife,
is
but
putting
on
it
that day,
mildly.
all the world was left
Yeah.
in awe of the legend of Heracles.
I like how they're telling they're just telling stories about the
Yeah, I
characters.
love that. I love that about the analysis. You're just telling a story. It's awesome.
Yes. Sun Wukong, my boy.
The monkey.
Shot lasers from his eyes. Strap in, folks. This
Doing the monkey noises gave me a fucking headache. Thank you, Kevin.
Yep, his name is Sun Goku.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me, Goku.
Wrong
The real
Goku.
Goku.
Get out of here.
Oh wait, isn't that the guy who I'm named after?
Is that from the show Monkey Magic?
Yeah, there are so many live action adaptations of Sun Wukong. There was one where he was.
There's also a video game.
There is.
Many.
Yeah.
And there's also the Monkey Kid series.
And then there's the show A Korean Odyssey.
Sun Wukong is the only character I know that has gained double immortality, unironically.
Yeah.
Correct.
A single somersault could carry him 108,000 li. Li being a traditional Chinese unit equal to about 500 meters, making one somersault move 54,000.
Donnie Yen also played Sun Wukong in one of the live-action Mon movies.
That's awesome.
And he was covered in prosthetic makeup.
When fighting the mighty
Are we talking like how the Grinch stole Christmas amount of makeup, or like?
We're talking, yeah. Like if you look at the thumbnail of this video, they're using what he looks like in the movie.
Jesus.
However,
You know, one demon user ended up making making like a supposed and like what if all these characters were like a big fighting game, and the headcanon voice that he chose for Sun Wukong was Alex Lee, aka the voice of Zenitsu from Demon Slayer.
Oh my god.
It can shrink to the size of a needle or grow long enough to pierce the heavens.
The same heavens that got pretty mad with Sun after he crossed his name out
By
of
the way,
ledger of
DC
death,
Comics has a
making
character
Sun
called Sun
Boy,
Wukong.
how does that work?
And even more.
Marvel
Yeah,
Comics
Sun
also has a Sun
Wukong literally
Wukong.
has double immortality.
Ruby had a Sun Wukong.
And
you fucked them over.
DC and Marvel both have their own Hercules.
This is just shonen anime.
Now,
Yeah, it's shonen anime.
It was shonen anime before shonen anime.
Yeah.
By the way, so I tried reading all of Journey to the West. I couldn't. That thing is over 1,000 pages long.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But I say this as somebody who's read all of Dragon Ball multiple times.
Yeah.
I've read a significant chunk of Bleach.
Oh yeah, Wukong
I've
got
Okay, well, there you
also
go.
read most of One Piece, and I'm pretty sure that by itself outnumbers the number of pages in Journey to the West.
Fair enough.
Yep, that's Monkey Magic, alright. Well, Monkey, more specifically, but people
Now
always
he
know
has
it as
triple
people know it as
immortality.
Monkey Magic.
Yes.
I miss Monkey Magic, man. That's
Sun
come back.
Wukong is so immortal that
And I
be prepared
think
for war.
Wow, that escalated quickly. What
Yep.
are they gonna do? Kill him?
He's so immortal that he could probably just
that's
live in the
from
sun.
the show that's called Monkey Magic.
Monkey Magic, man.
Because there's the show Monkey, which has
Monkey Magic.
calls itself Monkey Magic in the theme song, and then there's the
Monkey
show Monkey
Magic.
Magic.
Come on, monkey. Monkey Magic. Come on,
But even with
monkey.
Wukong in chains, Heaven had a problem.
They can't kill him.
Lightning,
Yep.
fire, even Loudsy's de-immortalizing furnace just made the
Yep.
monkey stronger.
Now,
Yeah.
is not
Yep.
Demoralizing.
hurt by the scorpion demoness's poison, which could even harm the Buddha, an awakened divine being.
Oh,
liberated
no.
from the cycle of life and death entirely. Now tell me, how painful is that?
Oh.
Pain is all in the mind.
Without
And
love.
I am absent of mind. Oh God! Oh no, I was wrong. It's bad. It's really, really, really bad. But even after all that,
so
Sun
funny.
had one more challenger to contend with. The Buddha himself.
Yep. Look at that.
Gotta
effect.
go kill Buddha. He has the highest power level.
Having no impulse control, the monkey agreed. And
Just
he
break
himself
dances.
assaulted to the very edge of heaven.
But he had already lost. Because Buddha achieved nirvana, he transcended the world.
Also,
literally
weird
holding
fate
the
made
world.
Xuanzang Sanzang servant before a Sun Wukong servant. I have no idea who that is.
For his rebellion, Sun was put in timeout, sealed under a mountain for 500 years.
Because the most I know about Fate is that Artoria's hot and Mordred is hot.
On a
journey.
With additional Mordred doesn't want to be reminded of the fact that she has a vagina.
And Monkey abandoned it
I mean,
more than once.
she's reminded of it a lot in the.
He's threatened the life of her master multiple times.
Seriously, this guy could not stay out of trouble. It's like Wiz at a blind date.
Cracked apart mountains, slayed hundreds of monsters.
Oh yeah, that's from Enslaved Journey to the West.
Storm that could destroy the universe.
A like God of War butt
of hell and more.
Yeah, that's cool and all, Wiz.
Oh yeah, I got it on Game Pass. I really need to play that.
Yes, he can beat Goku. Are you kidding me? Goku would just go, he would try to go all out. He would burn through all of his ki just to be able to punch him.
Yeah.
Sun just hauled it around on one shoulder.
Yep. One shoulder.
Because on his other shoulder was a whole other mountain.
After 14 years of travel.
So he carried 2 whole universes on his shoulders.
Yes, he did. Like a badass.
I mean, you know what?
He's a monkey.
Now that's gotta be an anime.
After so much time as a rebel, an outcast, and a truly unstoppable warrior, Sun Wukong had, at last, found his home.
Yeah.
Oh, get ready for the fight. I love the fight. It's so good.
Really great.
This animation is amazing.
It's time for a death battle.
It's too bad this fight wasn't really hand-drawn 100%. though.
Oh, Tripitaka. You're talking about his story.
Like the fighters, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. The monk from Journey to the West also is female.
Yes, here it comes.
The character of
Relinquish it. Sorry, I'm supposed to find my master some vegetarian food.
yeah, the character of Samjang from Korean Odyssey was also female.
Hey, person.
Was not so
easily fooled.
Ah.
It's his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the narration.
Yes.
Yeah, I love the narration. It's so perfect. Oh!
Yes!
The animation is really good, too.
It is.
Nice art style.
Oh, yes.
Oh, the pole.
Oh, there goes the sword. Here it comes.
Okay, that kind of smarted.
Arrows! Nimbus!
Shadow Clone Jutsu!
It really is a show
the
jump.
Shadow Clones. Oh.
Hey, he's aiming where he's going to be instead of where he is.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yes!
Die, demon!
Blythe Merlin and Alex Meyer doing it.
That I am once again given flesh.
Blythe Merlin and Alex are doing a great job. I'm sorry, Alex Meyer doing a great job as the characters.
I was wished back here by humans who wish me to gather the Dragon Balls for them.
Oh,
Damn.
I haven't had such fun.
Oh, here comes. I love this line coming up.
Change! Behold me, the immortal Monkey King!
Here it comes.
Multiple heads. Of course.
That's so good.
That was a great delivery.
I love that line.
Please tell me you're not going to swallow me.
Here comes. I love this.
Oh, he makes the thing flip. That's awesome.
Oh shit.
Those eyes.
Beast, but I've had enough.
And here comes the most controversial death of the season.
Is it?
In heavens above,
It's up there for fans.
And so joined in battle. The god of strength mustered the heart of Olympus, while the great sage harnessed power equal to heaven. Thus, The Monkey King emerged victorious.
Oh.
Hi.
Wow, look at that. I struck him so hard he was reduced to nothingness.
With a formidable foe slain, stricken against the mountain's breast. So
Wait, I think oh shit, I think I might have killed somebody.
He doesn't care.
Then again, Fate also had Emiya kill Buddha. What the fuck?
Heroes in myth, but
Yeah.
the great sage equal to heaven held many more
I think
advantages.
you could do that.
You'd think Sun might not measure up to the amount of strength, but he totally could. Remember, he carried Sumeru on his back, the mountain holding up the infinite celestial sky, like how Hercules held up the infinite celestial sphere.
Yep.
As befitting heroes of myth, they were on par in that they were both incomprehensibly strong. However, Wukong's healing abilities meant he could bounce back from Hercules' deadliest blow, whereas Hercules did not
Oh
have
boy,
a
that is
similar
some
option.
serious late
Hercules did
70s,
have
early
one way
80s
of putting
special
the Monkey
effects.
King down.
Yeah, that's some Doctor Who stuff.
The Hydra poison threatened even the gods of Olympus.
Yeah, nobody knocking on Doctor
Whether or
Who.
not it would be fatal is questionable, but it could have incapacitated Wukong similar to how it affected Hercules himself.
But that is one very specific win condition, and we're looking at this
Yep.
with every possible option in
Yep.
mind.
With his variety of clones, transformations, and numerous other spells, Wukong's arsenal was far more versatile.
Like, there was nothing stopping him from making thousands of clones of himself and just sitting back while they beat up Herc for him. Unsportsmanlike?
Yep.
Sure. In character? Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Arrows
absolutely.
would have to actually strike Wukong, which would be extremely difficult. Yes, in some depictions, Hercules could potentially shoot the son of Helios, his arrows flying 90 times the speed of light. However, in his contest with the Buddha, Wukong leapt to the edge of the universe in a single second. To do so, he had to be moving over 1.4 quintillion times faster than light.
Making him
Oh
way
snap! I'm
faster
still on
than
your
he
hand.
ever
How
hoped
did that
to be.
happen?
Hercules held but barring a lucky
Well,
shot,
Monkey,
Sun Wukong's versatile
I fear
magic,
that you
similar
never
strength,
left
and
my hand.
absolutely absurd
Oh, I
Yeah.
call
overcome
bullshit.
foe.
Hercules never really had
When fighting
the
Sun Wukong,
arsenal
Hercules
of many
missed
other
his
heroes.
chance.
The winner
No.
is the Monkey King, Sun Wukong.
Yeah.
I don't really disagree with this. I love Hercules as a character. Or he's an amazing character in both the Disney movie and the
Hercules, it is historically inaccurate, sir.
and the mythology, and you know, I'm down with this. I love this fight. The whole thing is great. It's time for a death battle.
Okay,
Absolutely.
yep, pretty much.
Absolutely.
But where?
Easy.
Yeah.
But where?
Let's see. I'd say it has to be at least as good as Smokey and McGruff. I'd say it has to be at least as good. Excuse me. It has to be at least as good as Goro versus Machamp.
You wanna know where I would put it?
Where?
Right between. Oh, it's a tough one. Right between 4 versus Vegeta and Poe versus Iron Fist.
Okay, you know what? That was where I was kind of erring towards, because I wouldn't put it above Poe versus Iron Fist, because while this has some really good fight choreography and whatnot, I feel like Poe versus Iron Fist had better fight choreography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has better animation, but Poe versus Iron Fist is a better whole end product, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a very experimental, unique episode.
Very experimental.
It is great. Like, it reminds me of Samurai Jack versus Afro Samurai in that regard.
Oh, yeah. And the same animators that worked on Leo versus Jason came back to work on this one.
Ooh,
Oh, that explains it. What a funny coincidence
Yeah,
there.
that's really good.
Yeah, good on those guys. God damn, I hope to see them come back and do more. Genuinely.
Yeah, Luis said this was his favorite animation that he worked on.
I can see why.
Yeah, because Luis, ever since Luis became head animation director, he doesn't work on many episodes these days. He does effects work for them, but he doesn't personally animate them himself as much as he used to. But I'm happy that he got to get involved in this animation-wise.
He's a great animator, so I'm happy to hear that. Before I start my timer, Kevin, where would you put it on here?
Just put it in the same place.
For me, let me start my timer. I agree. Yeah, the placement there, because one of the reasons I love this episode so much, it tells a story. Or multiple stories, technically. Like, Hercules tells, like, the way they tell both the stories of Sun Wukong and Hercules is excellent. The way they talk about their feats, their stories, the ridiculousness of both lores and mythos and whatnot. It's fucking great. The jokes are really funny, too. Boomstick genuinely sounding like he's in pain. Great voice work by Chad, by the way, on that. And in the fight itself, oh my god, it's one of the most unique fights they've ever done. It'll never be done again. With the narration,
not for a while anyway.
With the narration, the style they were going for, it felt. What's a good word for it? It felt like a.
Felt epic.
No,
it felt like a tale.
No, I have to agree.
Yes,
it does
a tale.
It feels like one of the old epic tales. Like this is the kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where if it didn't end with a death, this is the kind of thing where I'd like this would be in one of my many books on mythology, and it would end with the two of them. I'm like shaking hands and being like, hey, you're a really cool dude. You can fight really well. I'm a really cool dude. I can fight really well. We should team up sometime.
It feels very.
And they both join the Avengers.
It feels like a scribe tale. Like someone scribed this.
My point was that it sticks out in a really good way because it's unique. It's so unique compared to all the other episodes in really excellent ways. The only reason it's not higher, the only reason it's not any higher is because I think those episodes above it are better. But that doesn't change the fact that this is a phenomenal episode. It deserves to be as high as it is. Alright, Gizmo, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, it's time for a death battle. Where would I put it though? Okay, I don't think it can in any way surpass Chuck Norris or One Punch Man, and I don't think it should be anywhere as low as the Pokemon starter triple threat match, even though that's good too. If I had to put it anywhere, I think I would put it in between Machamp and Hulk. Machamp and Broly, I mean, because there's two Hulk episodes. It's really good. I love the art style when it came to like the backgrounds, the setting, especially when they had their avatars just attacking, like hit each other with their weapons with all their might, like they're made of stars and shit. And I also love the fact that this is mythology. They're using mythology altogether. They're not using like, oh, Hercules from Marvel or like Sun Wukong from such and such anime. No, they're specifically going for mythology, which I really, really, really like, and I love the idea for. And funny enough, originally this was something that I think Deadliest Warrior was suggested they do, but I think it was a little too hokey for them, so they didn't do it.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing they would have done in the last season of Deadliest Warrior if they'd have actually, had a
but with the budget with the budget they were working on, as well as the amount of people that quit the show and other controversies, they couldn't possibly make it past the
Deadliest
zombie
Warrior
versus.
was a good show until they fucked it up.
Yeah, I think it was. I think the vampire versus zombie one was what made them jump the shark.
Yeah.
Anyway,
110%. That was the episode that made me not want to watch the show anymore.
Yeah, I think they should have just left those kind of things to like guys in the internet.
Your timer went off.
They could have,
but anyway,
actually, hang on. Let me keep tangenting on Deadliest Warrior.
No. We need to wrap. We can't get off.
They could have made that. They could have made like a yearly one-off silly episode, but that was presented as like a regular episode of the show.
Yeah, this was Spike TV that we're talking about that said no, so yeah, take it with that as you will. But anyway, if I had, like I said, this belongs in between Broly versus Hulk and Machamp versus Goro. I think if they are willing to do it again, they should do this like completely hand drawn instead of like sprite sheets.
Yeah,
because They would
They
fit
could,
with
but then it'd be shorter because hand-drawn animation takes more time, and you're not gonna get if you want like a 5 to 6 minute hand-drawn segment, you're not gonna get that with the budget they have.
Yeah.
Right, but it does fit with the setting, considering this is mythology, not like comic books or anime or video games. It would fit the setting really well.
I think they did well with the sprites that they created.
I did too, but I'm just saying, it would be cool to see it again in hand drawn.
I mean, we need to go. We need to move. We need to move on.
Whether or not they're going to do it, that remains to be seen.
We need to move on. RGS, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Honestly, no, nothing unique. I really like this episode. The only thing I'll say is that I called it when I saw the actual fight. I was just like, yeah, of course Wukong's gonna win, just because Asian mythology is more nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I quite like the actual start of the battle. I kind of wish they kind of kept the idea with the kind of made it like an old timey kind of style, but I understand that takes more effort and quite difficult to do. I quite like the usage of their different styles. I actually think it's nice to see the clash between both Hercules and Wukong, since they share many similarities, personality-wise also. I also quite like just the general flow of the fight as well. I think this is actually one of my not my favorites, not my second favorite, not my third favorite. It's up there. I quite like it a lot. I think the place to put it would be, let's see. Actually, yeah, leave it where it is. That's like a perfect placement.
All right, sounds good. All right, Jedi, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
This episode is fantastic. It's right up there with SpongeBob versus Super Friends Aquaman as one of the most experimental fights they've ever done, and I'm so happy that they did this fight. They received a lot of controversial feedback for doing this fight, mainly from the people who practice Buddhists or people who believe in that religion.
Really? That's the controversy that they got in?
Yeah, no.
What?
This season, this and Omni-Man versus Homelander were the two most controversial episodes.
Omni-Man versus Homelander was obviously going to end in Omni-Man's favor, though.
Right.
I know. Obviously, this community, you would be surprised how this community is. They literally, some of them even were sending death threats, I believe, to the crew for doing Sun Wukong and Hercules.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess.
Aren't Buddhists supposed to be fucking peaceful? What the hell?
They are, but they've been known to.
I don't think it was Buddhists. I think it was just people who literally. It was people who were. It literally was people who just were hating for the sake of hating. Whether it was Buddhist, I don't know, but I do know they received a lot of flack for this episode. But I'm still so happy that they powered through it, and the episode turned out as good as it did. The analysis and the animation both have a commonality in that they're telling a tale. It feels like an old scribe that was rediscovered. That was rediscovered by modern times, and definitely feels like it could be, categorized.
I have to give my reaction to that reaction.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yes.
That's about right.
All right, continue, Jedi.
No, it's okay. I love the voice acting. I love the animation. The track does its job. It's serviceable. I wasn't expecting a banger, but I love how it fits with the animation. It goes with the story so well. My only complaint, and I don't take this as far as other people have, by saying that Hercules' death is the worst death animation of all time. I don't go that far.
No,
yes, it's not good.
We've seen the worst in this very episode.
We've seen so much worse.
It was more explained in the storyboards that what's happening is Hercules was getting his god avatar was getting chopped in half by Sun Wukong's god avatar. That's what was going on. It wasn't just he hit him and he exploded. There actually was more to that, but they didn't. I don't know if they couldn't animate that or what, but regardless of that, that was the context behind why Hercules, it just boom, exploded. Okay. Yeah. So with all that being said, yeah, I agree with everyone else. I'm happy they did this fight, and I'm happy they experimented. I'm hoping that from this fight, they can do other experiments, like maybe pulp heroes. Like, you don't have to just do you don't have to do video game, anime, or TV or movie characters. You can go further back than that.
Well, actually, they've been shown to actually experiment with that when they did a community death battle in one of the Death Battle cast episodes when they had a Star Wars army versus some other army from like a sci-fi novel series. I forgot what it was called, but they experimented a bit just to see what would go on.
The fact that this episode has inspired them to keep experimenting, it warms my heart. So with all that being said, I would place this episode... I would leave it where it is. Yeah. I think it's in the right placement.
The majority agrees. We shall move on.
You forgot about David.
Oh, wait, David?
No,
Oh, David. Okay. T-Bert. Where would you rank it, T-Bert? Okay.
Yeah.
You did miss half the episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, let's see what we got.
That.
No! Oh wow! Okay,
Okay,
we're biting the 9mm.
Now we have to watch 2 videos.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Do we watch both videos or just the main one?
I think we have to watch both.
Yeah, because the second one explains it. For some strange reason, I don't know why they did that. Maybe it was because for boys fans who don't watch Death Battle.
Well, what?
I don't know.
If you're already watching Death Battle, then you already know who the boys are, though.
No. What I'm saying is fans of the boys probably don't watch Death Battle.
Also, isn't this kind of a misnomer because this is not the... It's not the boys battle royale. This is the 7 battle royale.
No, it's the.
I know. I know the reason why this episode exists. Amazon went to Death Battle like, hey, can you make a boys battle royale thing? And they said yes because they like the boys.
And Amazon took it a step further. They not only asked them to do this episode as a way to promote the upcoming season, they also flipped the bill for the animation.
Wow.
Huh.
They paid
That's actually really nice of them.
Yeah, they paid for the animation. Oh yeah.
No.
Okay, that justifies this thing at least. So yeah, let's go.
Go.
Can I tell my story of why it took this episode to get me into the boys?
Why? Oh yeah, tell your story.
Because they canceled the Tick, and I never forgave them for that.
Oh my god. I can understand that. I can 110% understand that. The Tick was amazing.
Yes, it was.
I love the Tick so much. Peter Serafinowicz was the perfect choice for the Tick after...
he was. He literally was pissed off. I have a conspiracy theory. My conspiracy is that Amazon purposely canceled the Tick because they thought, ooh, an adaptation of this gory, violent, sex-ridden superhero show about where superheroes are bad guys, that's gonna draw us in more views than this silly little Tick show that's all about satire of the modern superhero.
The Tick... There were 2 guys who were perfect to play the Tick. Patrick Warburton and Peter Serafinowicz. Both of their shows were great. Both of their shows got canceled before they should have ended.
It also pisses me off because for the first Amazon Blu-ray release, they chose the first 2 seasons of the... Oh god. They chose the first 2 seasons of The Boys to put out on Blu-ray.
They put
out
the
Tick.
Yeah. Not, Jean-Claude Van Johnson got canceled after 1 season too.
Yeah, no, I hate that. They've made up for it. I've since grown to love the show. Season 3 was the best because they had Jensen Ackles, my boy, as Soldier Boy.
Remember to eat your vegetables, kids.
I do want to mention. I do want to mention because it's a really funny detail. If you watch the previews, you know why Black Noir is there because they almost kept spoiling, exposing the company forcing him to do this. So he's there to make sure they don't do that again, which is great.
Also, in hindsight, Anthony Starr was perfectly casted as Homelander because of that incident he got into.
He's also just as much as a douche. You hear about the stuff he did in France?
Yeah, he is the only thing that can stop.
There's no better example.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by Black Noir sipping his drink through his mask. He's the only.
He's actually done that in the show.
I know,
he's
but
actually done that in the show.
You saw the little spot. You saw the spot,
the biggest
right?
heart on the team.
Yeah,
I
did.
Oh, man. Oh, the irony.
Yep. So, for anybody who wants to see an alternate version of that scene from the female of the species, go check out my story, Two Men in the Sky.
Top recorded speed
Chill.
of 171 meters per second, well over the speed of sound.
Yep.
A-Train is fast.
But he was on drugs. He was on compound V when he did that. So
yeah, but compound V. Okay, A-Train has more compound V than blood in his system.
True.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Oh shit!
You're gonna clean that up.
Black Noir. So awful.
And that's it. He may have sexually assaulted the new hire when she arrived.
May have. Definitely did. We
May
saw it happen.
Publicly instead of to her.
Look at Black Noir when Boomstick says this.
And hasn't been seen since.
Man,
Wait.
sucks.
Yeah, he does.
He shakes his head. He agrees.
No harm. Like, yeah.
Nobody likes the deep.
Next door.
Nobody does.
No
When
wonder
Super
why.
Friends Aquaman, and man, they should have had the Deep and Super Friends Aquaman fight instead of SpongeBob. What the fuck?
Super Friends Aquaman can get a win when he beats the Deep.
And you might be blinded
The Deep literally only
The Deep
talks to
lost a
fish.
fight to. The Deep literally lost a fight to an army of sentient turds.
Yes, yes.
Super Friends Aquaman versus
only
Deep is the
time I
matchup
have
I want
ever-
to see.
By the way, I should mention.
You know what?
God,
she
you're
needs
advertising
to be using that
advertising.
face wash herself because the actress is looking kind of busted
As she found
lately.
herself among a bad
Oh
The
shit.
same people who murdered her shining teammate, Trans.
Yeah, Transparent was nothing was lost.
Guys,
Yeah.
Kimiko.
go check on the
Yeah.
podcast. The chat.
Man, can you believe that fucking Jack Quaid is voicing Superman now? That's
What the
crazy.
hell?
What the fuck?
Where is that happening?
What?
Okay, it's a new. I'm surprised you guys
it's
haven't
the
heard.
Hulu show?
These criminals.
It's no. It's the new show coming out from Warner Brothers. The new Superman show.
Yeah, the Superman and Lois show.
They're nobodies.
Yeah. The My Adventure. Well, My
The one
Adventures
with the really stupid Superman logo.
And the off Lois Lane.
Guys.
You know what?
Hey, that Lois Lane design is hot. Straight
Yeah, I
up.
was gonna say, you know what? She's pretty good.
No, he's not legally
I'm
responsible.
more
Yeah.
concerned
I
with the
posted a
fact that
picture.
Wilson is purple.
Mother's Milk is
I posted a
family
picture
man.
in broadcast
She is a
chat
victim of abuse
of
looking after others,
something.
and Kimiko is a
I see.
refugee
Aw.
from terrorists.
I should also mention, Alex, Superman, the Adventures. I don't know if it's The Adventures or My Adventures. Either way, the new
My
Superman
Adventures with
cartoon.
Superman.
That's the first ever Superman cartoon we've ever had since in the past 20 years, since Superman the animated series.
Homelander is the bad
Yeah.
guy. He's a perfect
Really?
voice.
I like how they have to act
Yeah.
propaganda-ish.
We never got another Superman cartoon after Superman the animated series. No joke.
Yeah.
It took over 27
Weird.
years.
We've
27
had like
years.
3 Batman comics, cartoons rather.
Oh shit!
4 Batman cartoons.
Yeah.
Boys have made it their mission to
One that came out directly after Brave and the Bold was canceled.
Problem? EMP nearby
God,
electronics.
the
His
Beware the
ancient command
Batman
chef.
was awful.
Stick him with some epinephrine. Got an invisible
It
man
was.
stalking you who
Thank
also
God
has
we won't have to do a commentary on that. Right?
Ben,
While unclothed, his outer
we're not
skin
doing
can turn
that.
invisible and
I know. I didn't say we were.
Till the ass bum. But now that they have an open seat, I hear
Love is like a bomb, baby, come and get it on.
Makes sense. They can't
Kind of
exactly
fucked
go
up. They
around calling
cut off
themselves
his
the Six,
statue.
right? That's That's actually a musical. I don't think I can trademark that.
Yeah, they're not even the 7 anymore. They're technically the 6 now. Because
technically they're the 3.
Yeah, that's right. Black Noir is
Yeah,
dead.
but that's mostly.
Although I think they're replacing him with the Homelander clone in season 4.
However long he's
Yeah, I can buy that. Yeah. So technically it's 4 now.
It's members because Homelander refuses to add recruit people.
Okay, so
and corporate guidelines.
Let's check this out.
This animation.
Let's check. It's
Okay,
interesting.
I already don't like it. I already really don't like it. Okay,
All the sprite work is
what the
custom,
fuck?
by the way.
The Deep is not
Okay,
that
yeah.
sexy.
No.
Billy
Some only A-Train's model is custom. Sprite sheet is custom.
Okay.
Maeve, the Deep,
Butcher.
Homelander will act.
Most of them are based off existing DC
Yeah.
or Marvel
Being a
sprites.
simulation, we wouldn't want anything severe to happen.
I
Alright, super cats. Who's first?
Isn't it obvious, asshole? You! There's no way us, the 7, the
God, he's so buff.
the Deep is
And he's dead. He's just dead.
Okay, well I appreciate that.
I swallowed a gill.
Thank you. Okay, Billy.
Oh shit.
Billy, stop sucking.
Yeah,
have you
come
been
on.
hanging out with? Have you
I
been
got
hanging out
H3
with
doesn't
Young
even
Justice
go for
Connor
him.
Kent?
Ha!
A-Train is
Well,
A-Train needs
that's
to
good.
go for a heart attack soon
Okay,
because he's
so
clearly
I
pushing
should
himself
also
too
mention. I also should mention it's kind of
He just
obvious
really
if you
just
pay
relieved.
if you pay close attention. This is also incorporating the puppet rig models with the sprites.
Yeah.
Yeah, the female
really
models are
stiffly
actually edits of the Wonder Woman Legion.
Yeah.
Why is
Homelander
Homelander
just there
just
with a
not
smug
doing
look.
anything?
He's the referee.
Oh.
He's just keeping an eye on things.
But why is Butcher even here?
Because I don't know.
Paid promotion.
Yeah. I should also mention too. That is
Butcher
actually.
can't move that fast. Butcher couldn't
yeah.
survive it.
Why does he have a baby?
Is that a reference
see
to
why.
his
That's part of
diabolical?
his arsenal.
Oops.
Yeah, it was part of it. It was part of his arsenal. That one time.
It's the baby from
shit.
from episode 1.
Show must go on.
Yes.
Show must go
They
on.
also, the baby was also in the actual series. He
Yeah, I
used
remember.
it.
Yeah.
I thought
okay.
it was the baby from Baby's Day Out.
I think it is. I think it's the same baby.
No, it's a different baby. Because
No,
that's
it's the same
baby.
baby.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Oh shit.
Okay,
Oh, watch this.
Oi mate, why is your trash can bad, CG?
Oh!
Okay, yeah, I'm down with
Oh!
A-Train.
Fuck.
I'm down with that. Oi mate, why is your debris bad, CG? Hi Butcher.
That's
Here it comes.
diabolical.
Billy, why are you here? Just let them fight.
Let them fight.
No, that's. Oh. That's
Collateral
not good.
damage. What's that, Billy? I thought you were against this kind of thing.
Holy shit! I just looked into it. This episode's animation had 8 animators again.
Damn.
Billy, I thought.
He just shakes the baby.
Billy, I thought you.
And dead.
Oh!
Fucking tired.
Damn.
But no. No.
And 3,
You survived.
2. There it is.
Hi, John.
Keep calm, everyone. Everything's fine. After all, I am the only hero America needs.
About that.
Thank you, Young. Yeah.
But
wait, where'd Noir go?
Black Noir's gone.
And where's that cheering?
Black Noir is gonna be like, oh hell no, the fuck he is. Technically, it's Black Noir, Stormfront, and Homelander by this time.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes, I love this. Oh my god!
Get their arms off.
It's great. Just great. I have more limbs than you now.
Fuck off.
If you want to shine like the sun.
Okay, Young. Yeah.
Oh, hi, Stormfront. Being painted over a black woman's.
Yeah.
Sprite.
Oh, that's right.
That's kind of funny.
That's fitting, actually.
Foreshadowing. We would get a sequel.
So what we're saying is that
second video
was Kang's.
Okay, so can I post a fun fact about who voiced Billy?
Yeah, sure.
Billy Butcher?
That was a female voice actress by the name of Kay Evelyn.
What? Hang on.
What?
What's the name again?
What?
How do you spell it?
Okay, it's spelled EULUVIAN.
No, spell the first name too.
Except for the psychotic Ubermensch.
KAW. KAY.
KAY.
Yeah, KAY.
Okay, last name.
In the world. Quite possibly
Levelin, ELUVIAN.
Even with their differing powers and skills, none of them had an obvious edge.
And that made this fight a tough beer to crack.
Okay.
Well,
Hey, yeah, British transgender.
Oh, look what they do.
Okay.
Talk to fish and breathe under the sea. We're useless out of the water.
That explains it.
We're just as useless in the water too.
She did a good job. I legit did not know.
Now the Deep does have super strength. He
kind of a dork.
Yes, he does.
He said he could survive 2 miles under the ocean. That's some insane water pressure.
I mean, the Deep should hypothetically be able to survive more than that, but you know.
One atmosphere.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Around you right now, unless you're on a mountain or something, this pressure increases by 1 atmosphere for every 10 meters you descend. So after 10 meters, it doubles, and after another, it triples, and so on.
And despite my lifelong crusade against the evils of math and the vampire god it's named after, even up until the Deep's body had to withstand about 4,700 pounds per square inch.
Damn.
That's correct, Boomstick, but still about 10 times less than the pressure from your average bullet.
Ouch. He almost had one.
Damn. Like, they just undercut that infinitely.
The Deep is weaker than fucking Starlight.
Correct.
Which explains why a bottle of water was able to beat him with the power of turds.
Yeah.
Controlled by Aquafina.
Yeah, that's what I said, a bottle of water.
Okay.
Despite the way they look, they are more than likely plasma beams that emit light rather than being pure light themselves. Otherwise, they'd normally be invisible.
And they were snails compared to the superstar speedster and pro-girlfriend murderer A-Train. Went all out.
Alleged pro-girlfriend murderer.
I don't know why they didn't include this, because this is the analysis, man.
Yeah, no, I don't either. I swear, it's baffling why they didn't have it be one video. Maybe either Amazon told them to do it, or they just decided, well, they're probably mostly just going to watch the main video itself and not stick around for the analysis. This is the only time they've ever done that in their whole series.
Based on Robin's actress's height of 5'6", she would have an estimated 58,000.
Yeah, fun fact: Jack Quaid is taller than Homelander.
Yeah. That must be hard. That's why whenever Homelander was intimidating him in season 3, it's like, dude, he's taller than you.
How he usually fights. His effectiveness depends on the location.
And you can imagine him trying to square up to fucking Superman.
Despite his speed, he's left
the leg.
Dude, that's why when Soldier Boy, when he squared up against Soldier Boy, I believe that Soldier Boy was more threatening than Homelander.
Oh yeah, well, Soldier Boy. I think Soldier Boy might also technically be stronger than Homelander.
He was, yeah. I'm kind of sad that.
Speaking of Soldier Boy, though, season 3 fucks this up so much.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Queen Maeve survived a flat blast from Soldier Boy's fusion cannon, and it, you know, it took away her powers. It took away her powers, yeah.
But she still survived it. Yeah, because that's not it
also
kills non-powered beings. It strips away powers from super beings, and it also kills them once it strips away their powers.
Yeah. And the thing here about what you say? Yeah, Starlight. I don't believe that the building falling on Starlight would have killed her.
No, me neither. I feel like that would have.
At the very least, it would have knocked her. At the very most, I think it would have knocked her unconscious.
Yeah. Maeve even survived Soldier Boy's blast. She lost an eye, but
I gotta take a piss. I'll be right back.
But she was alive.
But we've talked about the bullet thing. Yeah, obviously we know this. The baby thing is not something that would have. Okay, yeah. By the way, season 3 also fucks this up because that's when the boys get Huey and Butcher get their temp powers. And Butcher would not have needed to borrow Superboy here.
Oh my god! No. So yeah, no. So if Butcher had his powers, and by the way, I should say, in season 3, both Butcher, Huey, and Soldier Boy were able to overpower Homelander.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. If Butcher has his powers, he can take out half of the 7 by himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. If not all of them.
A really good joke's about to come up. Hang on, a really good joke's coming up.
Victory in a battle royale, all but assured. Until Butcher showed up with a laser baby. Then he butchered the competition. I feel like that one was too easy. Star lighten up, Wiz. Maybe it was, but I've A-trained in the art of the pun. I figured a joke anymore deep might not have ended.
The
winner is Billy Butcher.
Oh, listen to this.
Yeah. Until Homelander brutally murdered him. And with that, our contract with Bot is over. Kiss my ass, you corporate yuppie freaks. I can't believe they're gonna out us for all those poor. That last one was definitely a war crime. Were we still recording?
Oh shit! Turn on.
Okay, so I'm gonna rank the first half, the main part of this video.
No, we're ranking it together. We have to rank it together.
No, we have to rank them separately. The first part.
No, that's not possible.
The first part goes.
I only have the one thumbnail. I cannot add the other one.
The first part goes in. It was fine. The second part goes in. And above, it's time for a death battle just for that last joke alone.
Yeah.
No.
I concur.
No.
Okay, but seriously, it was fine.
Damn it, Ben, why you gotta ruin things, man?
I can't tell if you're not serious.
But I have perfected the art of the deadpan delivery over the years. But it was fine. The sprites look really stupid. The fact that Billy is here kind of ruins the entire point of the battle royale.
I'm back.
Starlight's not dead. She's just napping under a building. So
headcanon confirmed.
This is gonna be her versus her versus Homelander and Homelander versus Stormfront. And the fact that it ends before Stormfront shows up. When Stormfront shows up is kind of lame. I want to see Stormfront versus Homelander her flat out because I think that would be a really entertaining battle.
I do hope Death Battle does use Billy Butcher in the future because there's so much.
Oh, they're going to use Billy Butcher.
I want to see full power Billy Butcher versus Manchester Black.
Oh, okay.
What about God Punisher?
Well, there's also
I think Manchester Black is a better matchup.
Oh, I know. I was joking.
Yeah,
I was making a joke because Punisher literally became God at one point.
Yeah, anyways, the most common Billy Butcher fight is Stain from My Hero. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, that would actually work out pretty well. Full power Butcher versus Sting. That'd be good. not Sting the wrestler or Sting the musician, but yeah, Sting.
The My
Sting.
Hero, yeah.
For My Hero.
Yeah.
Oh, but seriously,
both personas.
Compound V Billy Butcher versus Manchester Black from What's So Funny About Truth, Justice, and the American Way.
Didn't the Compound V like wear off after a while though?
The Temp V only needs to last for the duration of his battle with Manchester. It doesn't have to last any longer than that.
Yeah, because isn't the time limit that Compound V can only last, I think, like 24 hours?
The Temp V only lasts 24 hours.
Can we get back? Your time went up, Alex. Can we get back on?
Okay, it was fine. I'm gonna put this below Might Guy versus All Might. Actually, that's too high. I need to put this above.
Yeah.
This is gonna okay. At the very least, it has to go above Steven Kraniverse versus Star Genocide.
No.
No.
This was much better than that. And also, Steven Universe versus A Terrible Show, and the battle was not very good.
Yep.
And the irony
I
is,
thought the battle was decent in that one.
And the irony is, both that episode.
Then why is it this high up, Alex?
Both that episode and this episode had 8 animators.
Why?
So weird.
You don't need 8 animators. This is a very simple battle.
Anyways, Alex, where would you, Kevin, where would you put it?
Same place where Alex is.
I guess I'll go next. It's kind of hard to talk about this episode because it only exists because Amazon paid for all of it. Every aspect of this episode exists because of Amazon. So I can't put an absolute filler based on that alone, but I also can't put it there because there is some genuinely good stuff.
Yeah,
it is really funny when it wants to be, especially in that end bit. I love the fucking end bit.
Oh yeah.
I love some of this stuff between them and Black Noir. I love Liz getting his arm cut off because of his snarky little comment.
Yeah.
There's a lot to like, but there's also a lot to dislike. As some of you mentioned, the sprites are off a bit. Especially with the deep. The deep is probably the most egregious, but we don't see it that often, so that's probably the point.
They should have pasted the deep over somebody else.
Yeah, no, because
the deaths are mostly good, except for the last 3. Those being Starlight, what's her name, and Billy Butcher.
Starlight,
the rest of the deaths are fine. A-Train's death, and the Deep's death were great.
Yeah.
The A-Train's death's probably my favorite out of the bunch. That was fucking wonderful. I do like how Starlight screams at the body part, but like, oh my gosh!
Yeah.
There's a lot to like, but there's also a lot to dislike. The pacing's off. The animation's weird. I can't really describe it in any way other than weird. It's such a weird episode. Like, it's split in 2 pieces. It's just that's the best way to describe the episode. Weird, but exists thanks to a sponsor. So it's in a weird place. It's in a really weird place where it only exists because it was paid for. And I'll just put it. I would personally put at the bottom of it was fine. I can't put it could have been worse. I can't put anywhere under that. Well, I can't put anywhere above it was fine. And to me, I feel like it is the perfect definition of it was fine.
It's fair.
So that Gizmo, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, it was fine, but maybe put it right above Rogue versus Wonder Woman. But even then, I'm fine with it with the way where it is. We don't really get that many battle royales in Death Battle, whether it be for good reason or not. But they really should be happening a little more. But this is one example of how not to do a battle royale because. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, good one. Good one.
This is how not to do a battle royale because.
No, but for real, battle royales they're really hard to do because not only do
this is only their 3rd one.
They have to keep in mind that they're all fighting each other all at once. You also have to keep in mind that you also have to keep in mind how much do these characters know about each other, right? Because when I was to that TMNT, they literally knew almost everything about each other. That made sense because heroes literally went almost nowhere without the other, whether they be fighting in Dimension X, in the sewers, New York City. They almost always stuck together. The 7, on the other hand, they almost always split up, whether it be for a casting in a movie, for PR about vegetarian dishes, or even legitimately saving someone from something. These guys almost are never together in the same place.
They are in the boardroom meetings.
Yeah, but does that really count for anything?
Your timer went off.
That's if I had to finish it off, the biggest crutch of this is because they're not known to be together. They're not known to be sticking together all that much. I don't see this battle royale being the most believable.
Yeah.
Like the Pokemon starters, those make sense because you always see those together whenever someone talks about first gen. TMNT Battle Royale makes sense because of how I just explained it. If there was a Sailor Moon Battle Royale, that makes more sense than these guys.
You forgot the Mega Man Battle Royale.
The Mega Man Battle Royale makes a lot more sense too because they share so many similarities with each other. It's almost hard not to find something different, except for their games and how they're made and et cetera, et cetera. But that's semantics. Here, I don't know, man. Look, the fight was okay, but besides some out of character moments and some playing around with time, time dilation, is that the word for it? No. Playing around with the timing is what I'm saying. There you go. It kind of does something for me that just doesn't make me go all yes. That's awesome. It just makes me go, okay, all right. And here's one last thing. One last thing. When my dad was still around, he was excited for the boys. He loved the comic books. He had the comic books. He had the single issues. And when he started watching it, he got pretty excited. When he saw the death battle, he was less than underwhelmed.
Okay.
He was like, "Oh shit, that's him! Oh, that's him!" When he saw the show, when he saw the battle, he was like, okay." And this is coming from the guy who gushed. This is coming from the guy that gushed when he saw a Badrock costume from Image Comics. When he saw this death battle, he had almost no reaction.
Yeah, I can see.
All right, let's go to RGS. He's been waiting patiently. You there, RGS?
Let him
Yeah.
You get nothing.
So this absolutely nothing. Right. So this is just for the boys' death battle.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So honestly, it's just very okay. That's the word I have for it. It's very okay. There is effort put into it, and I do respect the effort. Even if some of the sprites are a bit iffy, they are customly made using, I think, the
female characters are made from a Wonder Woman sprite.
Yeah. So I do understand the limitation.
Who's made from Storm.
Yeah, she's made from Storm, and I find it funny and kind of fitting that they race swapped it to make Stormfront.
Wanna bet that was the joke when using that sprite?
Yeah.
That sprite.
Well,
Yeah,
Billy's
absolutely.
sprite is also from John. I think his is from an existing John Constantine sprite too.
Is it?
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
All right, continue, RGS.
It's very fine. And in fact, that's where I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it in. It was fine. I'm gonna put it kind of in the middle.
Really?
I might put it. Yeah. I might put it above Star versus Steven. I mean, that's the thing.
Whoa.
Get
Whoa.
Well, no.
I put it. That's not controversial.
Yes. Let me explain. I got really nothing out of it. I can acknowledge the effort. I can understand it's pretty good in that regard. However, I'm getting nothing out of it. I'm not really getting something that I would want or that I didn't expect that I want. If anything, it feels like they knew what they were doing and they wanted to advertise the show, which was what they wanted anyway. It's fine. It achieves its purpose. However, it's kind of similar to what you said about Excalibur and Raiden. It's just kind of there, and it's to fulfill some sort of niche. I don't really feel like I've got anything out of it. It's fine for what it is, but it's just a very okay episode. I don't think I've got anything of value. It was just Homelander's a dick.
Is that it?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, Jedi, you're up.
Yeah. This episode is just a giant ball of adequacy.
Balls.
It serves its purpose of being a sponsored episode. It did its job. I did finally forgive Amazon Prime for canceling the tick and give this show a chance. And I do like it, but my heart will always still belong to the tick. You know, just how it is.
In your heart of hearts, you know that you can never love again.
What I'm trying to also say is fucking Death Battle. Put the damn tick in an episode. God damn it.
Earthworm Jim. Tick versus Earthworm Jim. I've been saying this for years.
Yes.
Have them fight Earthworm Jim.
That or Crimson Chin. I don't care which one.
It's not enough for Crimson Chin.
Yeah, and also, anyway, the analysis is just fine. You know, the animation, the jokes that are there, they work. I do agree with Ben, but see, the thing is, the animation just it's confusing because it's supposed to be a battle royale between the 7, and it uses only half of them and Billy. If it was supposed to be a boys battle royale, then
no
here's an idea.
Lamplighter and no Black Noir.
Yeah, then maybe use the boys' characters. Have a battle royale between the actual boys. You can't call it the boys' battle royale if it's not about the boys. I don't understand. I think even they were confused. Because again, this episode wasn't planned, and this was in a 20-episode. This was in a 20-episode season that was made during the pandemic.
Oof.
So either way, the voice acting from each actor is fine. They do a pretty good job. The ending is just whatever. I agree with Alex. If season 3 completely destroys this argument that they've made, and now when they bring these characters back, guess what? This episode undoes it. And I still want to know why, in their infinite wisdom, did they make the analysis portion its own separate video? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that rubbed me the wrong way.
If anything, it kind of hurt the video.
Yeah.
Because you had to force people to go and watch a separate analysis portion.
My theory is they left it out so to keep it like as part of like how since they're hired by VOT to do to be umpires and onlookers.
Yeah.
So maybe they did it. Yeah, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I do. I do know what you mean. Yeah, okay, then maybe, but again, still.
Big maybe.
Overall, this is probably the weakest battle royale they've ever done. You know, the TMNT, the Pokemon, the Mega Man, and they've all done things that are better than this episode. It's just a fact. So with that being said, I would have to place it. I would have to say it's above Wonder Woman versus Rogue.
Okay.
All right, Damon.
To recount, Damon. What would you say?
I don't really have an opinion, and I wasn't really paying attention. Sorry.
Okay.
It's hard to blame them. Hard to blame you on that.
You like one of our French girls.
Oh, let me recount the vote very quickly. So there was 4 votes above or under.
Take me like
Rogue
one of your
versus
Nord
Wonder Woman.
girls and sing to me like a Hoshidan.
Hang on. There was okay. So Jedi, me, Gizmo voted for around above or under Rogue versus Wonder Woman. Kevin, Alex, and RGS voted above Steven Universe. So what I'm gonna do? Let me show you what I'm gonna do.
Nowhere near that good.
Split the difference.
Split the difference.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Are we up for one more episode for the night?
Yeah, we can do one more.
One more, a good one to end off, a good one to end off, a good one to end
I'll
off.
throw you Jinx Stage or I get bad one now.
Another day, another destiny.
Yes!
Underwhelming.
I love this episode. What do you mean underwhelming?
By the way, this is Ryu's last battle. I'll just so you guys know.
This is
and I believe it's the last battle involving a Tekken character as well.
It was.
That's kind of unfortunate. They should do spiky-haired guy from Tekken versus M. Bison.
No, it was the first one to involve a Tekken character. The last one was
this was the first one to involve a Tekken character.
Yeah,
the first one.
This first one.
This is the last
would
one
come
we're
after
doing.
this.
No, this last one we're doing that involves a Tekken character.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But, So this is Torian's last. This is Torian's last episode as animation director.
And it was the last episode he animated before he went to go work on Genlock.
Not the last episode in general, but the last one.
He had to actually work under Monica Royale of all people.
Oh
Yeah.
God! Genlock.
He would come
Please don't remind me that show exists.
Yeah, no, because it's not good. And the second season is worse. Second season is.
How do you get worse? How do you get worse? The first episode was even. The first season was terrible.
Oh, you don't want it. The best. Here's a preview of how worse it is. A nude scene between both the human characters, played by Dakota Fanning, and Chad's character. Both their junk, not censored.
Why does Ryu look like he's wearing eyeliner?
They're there. And better yet, you get to hear Chad do sex noises.
Nah!
So it's not as tasteful as Berserk, is what you're trying to say.
Correct.
I'm turning. My head is at a 90-degree angle from how fucked up that is.
Oh yeah. And Torian was pissed off. He felt betrayed.
What? How? Why?
Why? What did he do? I mean, what happened?
Because he was involved. He animated Genlock. He was part of that team, and he felt insulted and betrayed that HBO Max took what he did. That the creator and HBO Max took what he did animation-wise, and fucked it up.
Yeah.
I can, based on how shitty that show looked as it was, like, I can only imagine what a fucking sex scene being uncensored like that looks like, you know?
It's bad. Like, again, the voice acting for it is
I just need to clarify, that was something HBO animated, right? Not Torian?
No. Season 2 was not animated by Torian. He only worked on the first season, and then because remember, he quit Rooster Teeth at the time.
Yeah.
But then again, HBO Max brought Genlock and took it over to their streaming service.
Why couldn't they have just canceled it like they did everything else?
No idea.
With his skills, Ryu quickly reached the top
I mean,
of the competition.
you knew it was going to be a
title
bad
of World
idea.
Warrior,
And the
he
second they
faced
had
his
Michael B.
toughest
Jordan
opponent
and Maisie
yet,
Williams as the two main characters, you know?
Yeah. No.
By the way, Bender, how do you feel about Kyle A. Bear as the voice of Ryu?
I actually like him as Ryu. I think he's alright. I mean,
desperate.
Yeah,
trying to appeal to their popularity. I think.
I just discovered that Chad has a son.
He does, yes.
I did not know that.
He's had a son. Yeah, he's had a son and a daughter.
Yeah, he mentioned it many times.
Boomstick Fox.
Well, no shit.
Under the influence of the Satsui no Hado, Ryu falls into an
I do think Ryu's analysis in Scorpion versus Ryu is a little better than this one because they are just regurgitating the same points.
Yeah, I mean, I do understand that, but it's still decent here.
It is.
Okay, shit. Now I gotta have.
Like, if you hadn't watched Ryu versus Scorpion, this is still very good.
Oh yeah.
Move which attacks the very soul of its victims with the gravity of all their.
Oh, Lion Akuma. That's better.
Yeah, I remember that. It's Simba Akuma. No, wouldn't it be Scar? Yeah, Scar Akuma.
The power of nothingness.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Reviews for season 1 of Genlock were largely positive. I don't know why.
They were. I shit you not. The advertisements advertising it as the best thing out there at the time from Rooster Teeth were crazy.
Why were they sucking that show's dick so much?
Even Warner Brothers sucked the show's dick when they actually got the whole first season to air on Adult Swim.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I think you can imagine why they didn't do that for season 2.
In one punch, Ryu is so tough that he survived getting impaled, and when he goes evil mode, he can just walk through gunfire.
He's strong enough to lift this enormous boulder over his head. By estimating the boulder's volume compared to Ryu's height and assuming a sandstone composition, we can determine it must weigh at least 36 tons.
Damn.
Plus, there's a guy
All right.
sitting on top of the boulder.
We can predict how this will end by
Man, Oro's cool.
While Ryu's
Yeah, no, there's no pillar feet yet.
They leave out.
Far outnumber his losses. He's defeated his friend Ken, the dictator M. Bison, and even a genetically engineered super warrior named Seth.
But those were just pit stops compared
Seth
to his
is weird.
battles with
By the way,
Seth
Bender,
is
do you
so
have
weird.
the Discotech Blu-ray of Street Fighter 2, the animated movie?
I do not, but I've seen that movie.
By the way, guess what it has?
What?
The option to remove the licensed music.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So you can actually hear the voice acting.
That's awesome. I gotta love that.
I swear. Or the sound mixing. I've heard the sound mixing with the licensed music. It's awful.
Now show it to me.
Oh, hi, M. Bison.
So, it's too bad they didn't wait to do this fight now because Ryu, spoiler alert, has a morpher, and he can transform into the Crimson Hawk Ranger.
Yeah, I loved that short.
Look at those eyebrows.
They should have done more.
Yes, they should have.
I'm so glad
Frank fight someone.
I'm so glad Capcom allowed the dev team of the Power Rangers game to add Ryu and Chun-Li, the morphers.
Well, no, yeah. Hasbro, I believe, only paid for that one, and that's why they never did them again.
Why not? They should have paid for more.
But that's Hasbro. Their relationship with Bat in the Sun would only go downhill after that.
Yeah.
The relationship.
Oh,
is good
goodness.
quality.
You're expecting something good to come from Hasbro, the same company that shut down a fan-made fighting game.
So rich, in fact, that Heihachi owned a multinational conglomerate.
Heihachi's got the biggest eyebrows of them all.
That's what I loved about the live-action movie, Tekken movie. They actually managed to incorporate the eyebrows.
Bender, did you ever see that that one on Kill la Kill parody video where Satsuki has massive fucking eyebrows?
No, I haven't.
You know what she did with those eyebrows?
What?
She approaches Ryuko, and the eyebrows just and practically consumed her.
Oh my god.
And Satsuki was like, yummy.
revenge,
Yes.
entered his grandfather's king
This
of
was all while
There he came face to face with
Iragamagori
once
was
again.
railing
But instead of,
Mako Mankancho.
interrogating him to find out what happened to his mother,
Oh my
Jin
god,
just
that's
killed him.
crazy.
Nice
He
job,
just
dude.
kills
That
him
goes
flat
for the
out.
you had.
Yep.
Just kills him.
Ogre comes back for Street Fighter Cross Tekken as the boss of the Street Fighter characters have to fight.
By his grandfather. Oh, that son
Damn.
of a bitch. Mama always said never trust a bald man who tells his barber, give me the Wolverine.
Oh no.
For Heihachi and for himself.
That was a deleted scene where Mr. Fantastic in the first Fantastic Four movie from the early 2000s transformed into Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
By the way,
No joke.
you know what's another well-known technique of the Mishima family?
What's that?
Being able to play the most insane game of footsies imaginable.
No, the doggy.
Oh shit. Okay, Alex. I don't know if you know this. I'm gonna blow your mind on who voices the Japanese character in Genlock.
Devil Jin is strong enough to throw people
Go ahead.
and even smash them through walls.
That's the Japanese voice of Beerus from Dragon Ball.
Koichi Amadera.
How much
Yep.
money were they swinging around for this shit?
I mean, they
A
had
lot.
David Tennant in the show.
Yeah. He also voiced Batman in Batman Ninja.
No
When
fucking
compared to real-life
wonder
robots of similar size and accounting
they're
for
going
additional
under.
weaponry and gear, this
Yeah. Funnily enough, in Batman Ninja on the English side of things, Roger Craig Smith from Batman Arkham Origins reprised the role.
I know. I really want him to get more Batman work. Like, Troy Baker is taking all of the damn Batman work.
He can even punch so fast he causes shock waves. That's right. Jin throws punches faster than the speed of sound. Never give him a high five.
Considering his grandfather can catch bullets in his teeth from just 20 feet away.
Damn.
Surely Jin can do better than that.
Mmm,
Heihachi doesn't
yummy.
even have the devil gene.
Bullets, my favorite delicacy.
And
That
when
reminds me of a joke from a really
and when
bad
Heihachi
CIA
defeated
show.
when Heihachi
They
defeated
say that this guy literally
Cosby.
ate a bullet.
Devil Gene and passed it on to Jin.
Heihachi he fights against Cosby and he's like, "Till death do us part, bitch."
Got a blast powerful enough to erupt a volcano.
You've not
Survived
seen
a satellite laser
Maximilian
straight out of
Dude's
Independence
boss
Day.
rage on
This is
Tekken
the
7.
same laser that once shot
No,
the
I haven't.
robotic soldier Gunjack.
You
By
should. It's
measuring the blast
hilarious.
radius and resulting devastation,
Okay.
the laser's firepower appears to equal 3.7 megatons of TNT.
Hey, Vegeta, I'm a fire in my bro!
World War the sequel? Yeah,
And don't
this
worry,
laser's like
Kenny he seems to
176 of those
wouldn't
big
go
old
full devil unless
While
Lucky
the Devil
Chloe
Gene can
appeared.
sometimes be difficult for Jin to control, it provides an enormous advantage against almost
You know what would
any
happen if they put Eddie Gordo on here?
What?
We'd be emulating a lot of course, filmmaker shit just by the sounds of button mashing in the background. Because seriously, Eddie Gordo, all you have to do is button mash and you win.
Jin's certainly no angel, and hardly a hero. Still, when it comes down to it, he is the child of destiny. Not
Sadly,
even
the thing
devil's
is
blood
that
can
Jin
seal
is
his
the
fate.
Can't you understand?
the most heroic out of
vengeance.
yes.
This bloodline.
I hate blood vengeance so much. That movie was
Alex.
terrible.
Time to watch
this
one of
way.
Torian's better fights. It's going to be good.
Jin is the most
I wouldn't say it's
heroic
his-
out of the three.
I wouldn't say this is his better fights. It is one of his good ones.
Yeah,
Bender,
that's what I
would
meant.
you agree that Jin is kind of the most
I love this music,
most
by the way.
heroic out
Yes.
of the whole Mishima?
This would mark Omega Sparks' first time working with Death Battle.
Is this the
Nice.
dojo? Is this the same dojo as the one from the Matrix? Because it kind of looks like it.
I think it is. Also, so Torian hated this Ryu model that you're seeing. It was a pain in the ass to try and get it to do what it needed to do, and because of that, he even said the big feet were a pain. Because look at his feet, they're big.
Yeah, I can see
I've never
that.
even noticed before. Oh, the combat though is so good.
It is.
I
He
really
makes it
want
work.
I don't know what's worse. Or is that, or the fact that the creator of Domino from the X-Men and can't draw feet?
I want to see Heihachi versus Bison as a death battle.
Yes, absolutely. Backflip. Torian loves his backflips.
Oh yeah.
As we've seen.
Oh, I love this. Oh.
Well, actually, it's Ben Singer who loves the backflips.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, they also don't use voice actors. They just use voice clips for these two characters.
Smart.
You can get away with that for a fighting game, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, you're not gonna match Kyle Hebert as Ryu.
Hey Bear.
Hey Bear. Sorry.
It's pronounced
Kyle.
Hey Bear. It's
Kyle
French.
Nice.
Kyle Hey Bear. Okay.
Kyle
Oh, Devil Jin.
Yeah, that was
I am
fast.
on Kyle A. Bear's Discord server.
Oh, I didn't know he had a Discord server.
He does.
That's awesome.
Kyle.
Yep.
Kyle
He's
was
a cool guy.
one of the only voice actor in the new Street Fighter not to be recasted, as far as I'm
and
aware.
he also,
Well, yeah. Why would you recast him?
oh,
I hate
Why
this.
would you recast anyone?
male
Why
ex-
recast Ken?
Hi, Maven. Hi, Vault from Ruby.
Yeah.
By
Oh,
the
this is my
way,
favorite part of the fight. Here we go. Here we go.
Kyle A. Bear has voiced all the dudes from X-Men, and Mehtly voiced all the.
Let's go!
Yes! Yes! Blow it up! Blow it up! Blow it up!
I love that
Blow
one.
shit
Everyone
up.
watch. I'm gonna
Blow
watch.
shit up. Blow shit up.
Yo!
Oh, fuck. Oh, the 2D effects are awesome. He also switched Ryu models.
I can tell that he probably wanted to do that as quickly as possible.
Yes. Here I come. Here it comes. Oh, that's a good shot.
Beautiful.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you're here.
I hear you.
Area.
Now I'm gonna take my slow time coming to kill you.
I got my Shawn Michaels pants on.
I'm gonna lobotomize you. I'm not Goku. Oh shit,
it's
he's
Ultra
not
Instinct.
Goku.
He's going Ultra Instinct on this.
Ryu invented Ultra Instinct.
Yeah.
This kill death is kind of lame. Oh shit. I think he's dead, Ryu. I walk a path.
Blah, blah. I haven't listened to this song much. And we lost
That's
Guillermo
okay.
again.
I get why he's
Yeah.
got the power of nothingness now. There's nothing left in his chest.
This one was a tricky match to decipher. Both Ryu and Jin had
I don't think it
displays of
was.
incredible feats.
No, not
Very
really.
few truly showcase the upper limits of
So.
we know that in their base forms, both could lift around
Hello?
30 tons. And
Yes,
Yeah, you're here.
yes, we can hear you. What
Okay.
happened?
we know Ryu could maintain a much better.
I got a sibling that's
Split
using
Ryu
up the
than
internet.
Jin in Devil
Oh,
You're
okay.
Yeah,
Ouch.
hardcore Tekken fans know he had pretty good control over it in that Blood Vengeance movie, but it's pretty inconsistent with game canon. Even Tekken's creator has said it's not canon.
Yeah.
Hasn't stopped you from using non-canon material before,
Also,
though.
tag tournament is canon.
I was gonna say, yeah, isn't tag tournament technically?
Yeah, they did. To be fair, they did correct that mistake with the next Tekken episode. So whatever, they did correct that eventually.
Kazuya was logical. Kazuya survived that 3.7 megaton laser
I'm not sure about that. Devil Kazuya is a different beast from Devil
Can we
Jin.
play the next time of this fight? Because it got me hyped back then. I know we've
Yeah.
all seen the episode, but it's like Goku versus Superman. I need to relive that hype.
Very generous
Yeah.
estimate, and its actual potency is likely much less.
Since their power comes from the same place,
Oh.
Jin's even defeated Kazuya. Exactly who we had to scale him to. Let's talk
I really
about
wish Jin stuck to that karate style that he
No,
had.
no, no,
in
get that
Tekken
Akuma
4.
model away. Get it away, get it away.
Abilities. Both were trained in the Otsutsukin fighting style, and both possessed
Yes.
the Satsui no Hado. They fought
Yeah.
several times,
Oh,
and when the
God.
story was all said and
Looked
done,
like a werewolf.
emerged ultimately victorious based on his skill alone.
Maybe that's what happens when you use the Satsumi no Hado so many times. You become a main werewolf.
Does anybody remember Capcom versus SNK?
I think I do.
In the second game, Akuma did not stand a ghost of a chance against Rugal.
Nah.
He got tossed aside like a bitch.
Yeah. God damn, that's one hell of a punch.
Oh yeah. And again, if you give Ryu his Crimson Morpher, and with the Power Ranger scaling, he's what, probably town city level at that point?
I don't know if I would consider that canon though.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Let me check real quick.
It still pales in comparison. The fact that Ryu survived being on the island.
Hey, I can dream.
Helps justify this scaling too.
See, that's just it. Every time Ryu fights in battle now, he's got to decide, do I break out the Morpher or I just fight him in my base form?
When it came down to
what about Ultra Instinct?
Ryu with
Wait
the
a minute,
Morpher.
hold on. Cammy versus Sonya needs a rematch because Cammy now has a Morpher.
Actually, a Bender,
well, it's unsupported.
or Ryu with the Morpher power is large planet level and massively faster than light.
Oh shit! Okay. Wow.
Ryu's taking care of business.
The winner is
God
Ryu.
dang. Yeah. My boy Ryu. You are my boy Ryu. You have gotten your W, and unlike Batman, you're gonna keep 1-1.
All right, Alex.
Yeah.
What do you
okay,
think?
this is pretty damn good. I don't
Really.
You know what? I'd say I can't really say that this goes up to a worthy death because it's just it's good.
It's not amazing.
It's not the best of the best. I'd have to put it. I gotta put it below Yoshi versus Velociraptor.
Whoa.
That's a bit too low.
Or would you?
Well, how would you rank it? Well, how would you rank it among Torian's other fights? Because Ben said this is probably one of his better ones.
Dude, I don't know.
I would have put it
no
on
idea
the.
which fights were Torian's.
I would have put it on the lower end of its time for a death battle, personally.
Time for a death battle? Really?
I mean,
that high?
yeah.
Okay, maybe the highest I'd put it would be like below.
Actually, now I think about it. Let me think. Somewhere in worthy death. I'll have to think about it.
And the highest I'd put would be
you know what?
Storm in
above Metal Sonic. I would put above Metal Sonic.
But I like.
As you know, under Archie Sonic. Under Archie Sonic.
Honestly, maybe I'll put it just below Terminator and RoboCop because I think Terminator RoboCop was a better fight. There was more entertaining stuff in there.
Which is ironic because that was Torian's first episode and he was
I'm gonna bring you down to earth.
Yeah, because while the fight choreography is really cool, this feels like it's a little bit floaty. Like there's a little bit of.
Torian.
Really all that, they don't feel all that grounded in the backgrounds and the environment.
I should make a mental correction. Torian wasn't the only one who worked on this episode. There was another person who worked on it. It was an intern. I need to look at that intern's
Jocelyn
name. No, wait, what? No, not Jocelyn. Marty. It was. I'm pulling it up right now. Okay, no, I'm sorry. It was the debut of 2 of his interns. One of them I'm friends with, Christina and David.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so...
All right.
Yeah.
Alright, so Kevin, where would you put it?
Same place as Alex, moving on.
Alright, for me, I'm going to start my time. I'm going to put it... I would put it, personally, right under Archie Sonic. Because I just love the fight. I genuinely love the fight. I do agree the thing keeping it down is the weird feet and the backgrounds. But the rest of it I don't fucking love. I just love the effects of hand-to-hand combat. You can tell. I think there's motion capture in this. It's really done.
See the
really
the way
damn good.
The way I
don't know. There was no motion. I don't think there was motion capture.
Really?
Torian. Yeah, Torian, Christina, and David all did it by hand.
That's more impressive. God damn.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't know if I could put it higher because again, it's not as spectacular as the episodes above. I do think it's fair to have this fight a bit more grounded compared to the others, but I don't know. I do feel like under Archie is fair placement because when I think about it, it's not time for a death battle. It just barely misses the mark, but I do think it has a lot more good qualities. I think the thing that does keep it down is the analysis and results just kind of eh. I mean, I agree with it, but it's nothing special. There's something really special with either analysis or result. It's it's standard, I think is the word I'm looking for. It's just the animation that keeps the episode higher than it should be. Am I right on that? I want to make sure. Yeah.
I guess seriously, you still put it quite high, and you're not really considering the ending, because the ending does...
Yeah. I love the ending.
No, the ending's kind of meh. I think because they already went this whole hand-to-hand style, it should have been more of a hand-to-hand-esque finish.
Yeah.
I personally love how they ended it.
Like a Shin Shoryuken or something, right?
Yeah, like Shin Shoryuken versus Wind Godfist.
Can I go next after you, Ben? If that's cool.
Is that fine with you, Gizmo and RGS?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
All right. Jedi, you're up.
Okay. So yeah, no. I'm gonna be brutally honest, and I really don't, and I don't know if I'm alone in this. I kind of think Ryu versus Scorpion was better than this episode. Like between the two Ryu episodes.
I think we're in agreement on that.
Because the Ryu one the Scorpion and Ryu just felt more like, okay, there was a lot more going on. It had its grounded moments, and when it got to its supernatural elements, it had good build-up. The middle section just comes out of nowhere, and it's just like, okay, it's weird, and the analysis for both of them are fine. But yeah, the animation, for it being Torian's last one that he worked on before he unfortunately had to go to Genlock, I think he did good, but most of his other episodes are better. Christina and David, they did a great job on this episode for their first time, and I still miss their work. But yeah, the biggest thing that keeps it from being a great episode is the ending. The ending kill shot is very weak. It comes off very Dragon Ball-esque, and I don't think it fits. Like, it's just a standard beam attack. There's so many creative ways you could have had it end. Maybe you could have had it end with Ryu using the Saxo Ino Hado. That would have been a great reversal of Ryu versus Scorpion, because that's all that this animation's writing does. It just copies and pastes Ryu versus Scorpion's action sequences when they use Evil Ryu and Power of Nothingness Ryu, beat for beat.
I kind of want to comment on that. It mentioned in one of the little bits at the top right corner that there would be no point using the Satsui no Hado because Devil Jin is able to absorb evil energies. So if anything, that just gives Devil Jin an excuse to get back into the fight and be.
Okay, well, thank you. That helps. Thank you very much. Well, either way, the Power of Nothingness could have been utilized better.
Yeah, I agree.
All you did was just redo Ryu versus Scorpion again.
Your timer.
Right. Yeah, but either way, semantics aside, I would have to say that this episode goes in pretty darn good. I would put it above Mob versus Tatsumaki. Like, I'm gonna change my vote a little bit. I'll switch my vote to above Vegeta. Wait, Vegeta as in Vegeta and Shadow? Yes, the one I'm pointing at. Okay. What did you say yours was? I just want to make sure. Above Mob versus Tatsumaki. All right. Yeah. So still above Ryu versus Scorpion, which is right here. Yes. Okay. I know everything I said contradicts that, but it's like, look, the hand-to-hand combat. When Torian cooks, the man cooks. Yeah, I can't deny that. The hand-to-hand combat really does elevate the episode far more. Yeah, hand-to-hand. We should we need to finish this up. Let's let Gizmo go. Gizmo.
Boring.
Really?
Like compared to compared to others, compared to Nightwing versus Daredevil, compared to Ryu versus Scorpion, compared to Ken versus Terry. There's a lot of other Street Fighter death battles that are much better than this, and that's not a knock on Torian. He did the best he could. You know, it clearly shows there's love put into it, but it's
Need I
just
remind
not.
you that Mai versus Chun-Li is and it's time for a death battle.
Yes, but oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
not.
Chun. Yeah, it is. It is in mine. But that being said, it's not as impactful as any of the other Street Fighter episodes we've had, because this just feels like you know that scene from Mortal Kombat Annihilation where the two ninjas and Raiden are literally just flipping and dipping down the hallway. That's what it felt like to me. That's what it felt a little like to me. But look, again, I see the love, I know the love, and considering this is Torian that did it, and it's not choreographed, I feel like maybe that's why I don't really feel the impact as, say, Chun-Li versus Mai or Ryu versus Scorpion. It just doesn't feel like a street fight. It just feels like Street Fighter Live. It feels like Street Fighter on ice to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about it. It just doesn't click. It doesn't ring. It doesn't chime the bell. I could use all these euphemisms and idioms, but to describe
describe it. Cut in again. I'm thinking maybe it's the background, because a bad background and kind of iffy sound design can kind of.
The background I can deal with because you know, even if, let's say, this were to take place inside the Mishima Zaibatsu building, or say this were to take place in the streets of China, it would still feel a little more corporate than homemade, if you know what I mean. It just doesn't vibe with me.
You said you wanted to be more like a street fight. Typically, using those environments would kind of help a little bit, like to show the reaction within the actual environment, especially if it's more of a house.
True, and I may be wrong. Maybe it might like up the ante and actually give me something, but as it is right now, it just doesn't really do anything for me. Like, it's cool to see them get into their power of nothingness forms and evil forms, but the impact isn't even in the finisher. Like, holy damn, how do you do that?
Yeah.
Ryu is from a series where they bank off of finishers. The Shin Shoryuken, the Shinko Hadoken, the Shin everything. And somehow they made the most unimpactful finisher from Ryu.
Your timer went off. I'd even take a Shoryu rapper.
A Street Fighter character. A character from a series that literally has cinematics for every single character with every single finisher. If I have to finish this, if I have to put it somewhere, it's at the very least entertaining to look at, and if it played in the background, at the bottom of, it was fine.
Whirlwind it was fine.
Where indeed? Right at the bottom of Wonder Woman versus Rogue.
All right. RGS, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
I mean, I really like the hand-to-hand stuff, but I do think the issue is that ending. That ending just drains you, and not the good kind of drains where you feel like you're satisfied. You feel like you had the best nut of your life. You're like, oh, that was so good. That just left you like, so what the fuck was that? It's like you're on a date and you're finally going to get with the woman of your dreams, and it turns out she is relatively horrible when you talk to her. She is not a very polite person.
So you went out on a date with Stormfront, is what you're saying?
Basically, I went out on a date with Stormfront, and I don't want to.
Really? I thought you went out with Aura.
Like, it's just that it feels draining in the worst way. And I think it's just because it's been building up to what seems like a more physical encounter between the two of them, because it was the more focus on of physical action, like actual hand to hand. I would have maybe preferred like a Shin Ryukin. I would have preferred a Shin Hadoken rather. No, Shin Shoryuken, because that's Ryu's move. I would have even went for like a impromptu Reppa where he goes two Shoryukens into a Shin Shoryuken. Like something physical that can still get the idea off, or God forbid you end it with the EX Tatsumaki to like get a good looking final frame. The issue is just that lackadaisical ending, and I think the lack of variety in the background does also kind of add to the issue, where it kind of feels a bit iffy. And I also can't help but think the sound design is okay, it's pretty decent, but it could be better. I think the attack hits could be a bit snappier. It looks snappy, like the particle effects and stuff is really good. I think maybe you just need extra bass to the hit sounds to give it a bit more oomph. I think for what it is, it deserves to be in pretty damn good. But as it is now, in comparison to all the other stuff in pretty damn good, I think I would have to put it down to Isdef. I put it above Isdef versus Grey, because at least I had more of a better time with this fight, and both of them have kind of shitty endings anyway. So,
all right. So 2 votes under Terminator, 1 vote above Isdef. 1 vote at the bottom of it was fine. 1 vote in Orby Def. Where'd you say, Jedi?
I said, I said above, below Mob versus Tatsumaki.
Mob versus Tatsumaki. It's kind of all over the place, so I feel like in the middle. It's like all over.
All right,
yeah,
let's see what we're doing next time.
Before we do, we only have a decent, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14 episodes left. Clap, everybody.
Yes, we do.
2 more episodes from season 1, baby.
Yay!
Well, yeah. Let's find out what we get for. Let's see what we get for volume 26.
What's the next episode?
Please be a good one. Please be a good one. Please be it. Yes.
Oh yeah, the best result.
Yeah, baby!
We almost got Iron Man versus Lex. Damn it!
That was a good one. Oh,
no! You take on Jedi! You doomed
it! We got another
you had to put the damn spin again!
Just place it in absolute failure, Ben.
So we have a bad one coming up.
No, call it damage.
You had to put a spin again there. We almost had a good one.
Well,
you jinxed it. You're the one who said it's on you. It's on you.
No, it's not. It's on you. You put a spin.
You said you wanted a good one. You jinxed it on us.
The Batgirl versus will be Rule 63 Batman versus Rule 63 Spider-Man. What?
Yeah.
Winner? How the fuck do you?
That woman.
Oh god.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys next time for volume 26. We're going for another bad one, folks.
Thanks a lot, guys. Now I have to go back and edit this. You know I hate editing these videos.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna insert a bunch of stupid shit like I did last time. Did you guys catch that, by the way?
I cannot be blamed for this. I wanted a good episode. Ben put a spin again there.
Yeah, no, you jinxed it. You said you wanted a good one, and you jinxed it.
No, I didn't.
I was looking forward.
You're the new RGS.
See, I was looking forward to seeing Luke Skywalker versus. You know what? That's gonna be the last episode we ever do. I think that's at this rate. Anyways, see you guys later. Bye.
Bye, guys.